Oh, look at that. I'm back. Beardless, too. We are back here. We're back. And welcome everyone to another S-Tier Podcast, episode 13. Eric with the Batman red light. Because
Hmm.
we're gonna be talking about the Batman today.
I am excited.
Yeah, my god, a week off because Easter. I totally forgot about Easter. Everyone's like, oh, we got family over. And I'm over here like, I got lamb. And oh man, it has been a crazy week, 2 weeks.
It,
Lots of
it feels like a month.
a lot of entertainment news. This will be available the last week of April. This
Mm.
whole week of April, though, roller coaster of weather.
We're not
Jesus,
done with it yet.
yeah, the planet's really trying to kill us. But we're recording. We are live on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube.
Hmm.
And yeah, it is gonna be crazy. I know we're gonna get a Sharknado thing. I know it. Yeah, I know it's coming. Before it happens, can we just change it from Sharknado girls to Sharknado sweethearts? But yeah, so this has been such a weird ass month. Just winter holding on for dear life. My God.
That and that court situation with Johnny.
Yeah, they're still not out. They're still not out with that. I think yeah, you jumped the gun when you messaged me. I'm like, oh, good, and I saw like, oh, it's not done yet.
Well, the way it's going, I think Johnny Depp's innocent in this whole thing, and like there
I
was a
think
lot of BS from the other females. I forgot her name. What's her name?
Amber Heard.
I think so. His ex or soon to be ex.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's suing her for libel. I know that,
Right.
and I heard the call between them that led into this,
Mm-hmm.
and he said, "I'll see you in court." That man is hurt.
Even Jason Momoa and Brad Pitt are standing up for Johnny.
Yeah, in their own way. It's so weird. It's very weird. I'm hoping he wins it because
Mm-hmm.
he's already hit rock bottom. They have to. The whole lawsuit he did with Daily Mail was such bullshit, by the way, because Daily Mail they're just going, oh, we don't know what we're reporting, blah 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 blah, and it's yeah, you do. What's the point of trying to defend it? And it was never going to win that because that's their home field advantage. That's the UK.
Yeah.
So he was never going to win that. But this, I don't know. I've stayed out of it. I've seen the memes. I've seen people doing videos and edits of all of it.
He said some funny shit.
Yeah, he was actually talking, just doing the whole story, and the guy objects during the story. Her lawyer objected during the story. I was like, what? What the fuck? It's so weird. I hope that Johnny Depp actually goes through it because it's it's such a crazy thing with this. But man, what was I gonna do? Oh, well, sad news from this last week, not last week, but the week before we took off. Uh, Passing of Gilbert Gottfried.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I did not see that coming. I was in the middle of my whole playthrough of Crisis. I was on Crisis 2 when I saw the news on that. I think he died at 68.
Somewhere around there. Like
Yeah.
my mom even said like she noticed that he was a shy kind of person, like, and I said, "Oh yeah, he's definitely shy. He just hit it with his comedy."
Oh yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to see. He passed away on April 12th.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to see what the year
I
was.
think like 69.
Yes, it was 68, 69, something about that. His thing was it was a complication due to some form of. Let me see. I'll just look it up on Wikipedia. And I know everyone has heard this, but we're so behind. Let's see. He had complications due to myotonic dystrophy.
No, what the hell is that?
type of muscular dystrophy.
Uh,
Yeah, it's so sad that he passed that way. But he's been in so much stuff. He was the staple of our childhood.
he was Iago.
Yeah, and one of my favorite things, and it's from the College Humor thing that he did. And I made sure I had this ready.
Holy fuck, is this wrong? But holy hell, is it erotic?
I made sure I had that. Oh man, it's gonna be an emptier world now that he's
That
gone.
and Jim Carrey might be retiring too.
Yeah, we talked about that before off time. Yeah. It's so sad. All of them are gone. Louis Anderson, Bob Saget, Gilbert Gottfried. Oh my goodness.
John Candy.
Yeah, well, John Candy was like when we were kids.
Hey, he was still in that group.
Yeah, he knew he was gonna die though. He had actual like a family flaw where basically all the males in his family died of a certain type of influenza, I think it was, a type of pneumonia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was a real sad case, but he knew it was coming. Gilbert though, that was a shocker, but it wasn't like how Jim Varney had passed away. I remember when Jim Varney passed away, and I know I brought this up. I had freaking bawled my eyes out. I was crying.
That's how I was when I heard about Robin Williams.
Oh man, I was shocked with that one.
I was speechless. I was every emotional that you can name.
Yeah, it was that was so freaking sad. I actually called my sister up. She was the one ended up crying. Tasha was the one that she's like, "What? Oh my god!" Like she was the one crying over it, and I said, "Yeah, it's fucked up." But yeah, Gilbert was. I think they did do a documentary on him. It was so weird hearing his actual normal voice,
Right?
because you're so used to the gravelly, loud voice.
And then you hear him talk normally. You're like, wait, this is his real voice?
Yeah, yeah. It's just so nice and light. Still has that sound, kind of,
Mm-hmm.
but then it's just it was the best way to put it. And I think the documentary is called Gilbert. It is probably one of the coolest little documentaries and some of the most raunchy ass jokes in that damn documentary.
Oh my god,
He was raunchy. That shocked me more that he was a raunchy comedian. And I'm not talking now. I knew he was a raunchy comedian after this. When SiriusXM had they think they still have their comedy stuff where they play different tracks from different records and all that.
mm-hmm.
First thing I hear from Gilbert Gottfried is the skiing joke, where two guys are having dreams that they're getting hand jobs. I'm not even gonna do the thing. And one guy goes, because they all shared a bed, and guy goes, "Oh, you guys had those dreams? I had a dream I was skiing." I was in shock.
Let's just say two of those friends got a little closer.
Oh my god, it was probably the raunchiest joke I ever heard. And then I heard the one about the grandmother. We're not talking about that joke. I heard that from Robin Williams though. The way he did it was so fucked up. He did in Dan Rather's voice. But yeah, I've heard so many good Gilbert Gottfried jokes about that. He was great. He was great in the newest Ninja Turtles show.
I didn't even know he was in it.
Yeah, he plays Krang Subprime. He has the funniest line to Michelangelo. Because Michelangelo goes, "Really? It's you? You're the one?" He goes, "No, it's Megan Fox. Oh, I forgot. You're the dumb one." I was laughing so hard at that. Oh man, he was great in that show. He's been great in a lot of cartoon shows, not just Ninja Turtles.
He definitely is going to be missed, and I just hope his family members are doing well.
Yeah, that's one thing.
Just remember, I posted this last night. People may come and go through this life, but in the end, we're going to meet them.
Oh yeah.
Just got to remember to rejoice that they're no longer suffering in this world.
Yeah, that was such a sad passing, and I'm very. It didn't floor me. I was just shocked. It was so sad, but that was one thing. Gilbert would never want anyone eulogizing over him. He'd rather have jokes about his death.
Exactly.
Like I saw Jim Norton had put one. He goes, "Oh yeah, Gilbert Gottfried died." Everyone's like, "What?" He goes, "Where the fuck have you been? In the subway?"
He's probably looking down on people who are doing like all the remorse stuff. Like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, he had the funniest thing. He goes, "Yeah, Gilbert died. Yeah, I fucked him to death." He said. I was like, "Wow."
I didn't know he rolled that way.
It was the funniest thing. He said Gilbert was that kind of guy, especially when it comes to comedy, where if Jim put himself in there, he goes, where if I had died, he would have said to everyone that I died of AIDS, even though I didn't. And if I did die of AIDS, he would have made a joke about it. It was the funniest shit I ever heard. And I'm like, yeah, that's about right. Oh my God. The one time, it's so sad. But we got a long ass show actually. Jesus. 2 weeks worth of news. This happened I think 2 weeks ago. Elon Musk offered to buy Twitter for I think 42 billion. And I just saw the actual what is it? The actual investor board for Twitter. They're considering some kind of deal with him.
But like, what does Elon Musk want to do with Twitter? I mean, like, the guy makes cars, robots, things that go into space. What does he want with Twitter?
He's a shitlord. He's being a shitlord about it.
Uh,
He said under him he'll definitely be giving us all an edit button. And I'm thinking, oh, finally. Please let that be the extent of what you're gonna do, because I ain't paying for a fucking writing app. I will delete this thing off of here. But yeah, that's basically that. It's so funny. Everyone was up in arms. I looked at it and I'm just like, bullshit. It's a grab. It's a silly little, he just grabbed some ink onto a newspaper. If it happens, it happens.
The first thing was I'm like, what the fuck does he want with Twitter?
Because I guess because everyone trashes him from time to time, and he doesn't like that. And I said, "Oh, that's the internet." I've been trashed on there a couple of times. The guy that trashed me last year is no longer on Twitter because he got ratioed by David Ayer. That's an internet right there.
Yeah, pretty much.
So yeah, that's that about Elon Musk. It's something to look out for, but yeah, let's see what else we got. Let's do a little thing real quick. We got a lot of entertainment news from movies. We're going to be talking about the Batman, of course. AEW with their massive pay-per-view, The Forbidden Door.
Yes.
Some gaming news. We got some videos to look at. Crimes of the Future. Everyone I know saw it, but I got some more stuff for that, and that might be for our little break if we end up having to take a break. But I got some other stuff for G4. Markiplier is surviving once more. We can talk about that.
The man was just getting a colon colonoscopy or whatever it is.
A colonoscopy. No, he ended up in the hospital. I guess because his guts ended up doing the same thing before.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they end up doing the same thing as before this happened, and the doctor said as long as you're able to do certain things, you should be fine. It's passing by itself, whatever's in there. And of course, he tweeted out because everyone was waiting for him to fart. It was trending on Twitter. Will Mark fart?
I was just like playing video games on my phone, and I get this notification. Will Mark fart?
Yeah. and then, oh my God, it reminded me of DiCamillo when he did the second Chinese rap. When Mark tweeted out, "I farted." I just thought, I just farted. That shit. I just thought of that when he tweeted that out. It was just so out of there. And then he finally, I think yesterday, he ended up back home. Oh my God. That was so crazy. And I think he's done with the sequel for Markiplier in Space. I think.
I don't know, because this situation that he was in, I think he kind of got held up a little bit, and he's almost finished to work on.
Yeah, I think so too. It was very weird because he was doing that before this happened. And And you saw the meme I sent you where it's 3 pictures of him in the hospital, and the guy goes, "Finally, I have all 3." Gravity Falls.
It's super.
Oh, oh my God! People are just too damn quick. I'm quick too, but that was just too damn quick. Let's see. We got music news and whatnot. We'll get to it. Let's get to the entertainment news though. Movie news and reviews. I have not seen the new Fantastic Beast, but it didn't make as much money as both movies
Because
combined.
Johnny Depp wasn't in it.
That, and it looked just gray as shit. It's so weird how it went from, okay, we're gonna see all the different animals that are in the Potter universe. Harry Potter, wow.
My name Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. And the thing about it was, when it came to this, it's
Mhm.
like it took a thing of its own, because J.K. Rowling have to deal with being a turf and whatnot, being scrutinized for what her thoughts and all that. She had to really show the stuff that she had said when we were in high school about Dumbledore. And I thought to
Mhm.
myself, okay, but where's the animals? I don't see no animals in this new one. What the hell?
Like they should have done what Star Wars was doing with like these characters. Let them have their own movie. Don't
Yeah.
collab it with another movie. Just let it be its own movie.
Yeah, and I think who was it? I'm gonna pull it up. It's from Raiders of the Lost podcast. I only have it on TikTok. They're very, very good podcast, by the way. They watched it, they loved it, but they definitely said this needs saving, this whole franchise. And it's so weird because they have basically what can be, how do I put it?
Amazing.
Yeah, it could be amazing. It could be Indiana Jones in the Harry Potter universe with all these wild animals, like a Pokemon kind of thing. Newt Scamander's basically Professor Oak, going with the Pokemon thing, and Grindelwald and his group could be like Team Rocket, trying to grab some of these powerful monsters to wreak havoc. And we had that with the first one. We had it. We were so close.
Mhm.
But let's see. I think I can pull it up. I'm gonna actually see if I can. Here, let me just. I'm gonna pull it up on TikTok. This is on their TikTok. Wrong thing. All right. No. Give me my damn my like list, damn it. I'm just gonna play it. I'm gonna make sure my media is loud. Where's it at? Where is it at? Anyone else? Let's see. And they are Raiders of the Lost podcast. They're very, very good. Where is this at? I'm close to it.
I noticed that we praise them, but they never acknowledge us in their
Oh,
podcast.
they acknowledge us through Twitter. That's one thing. I still want to collab with them too. They're very, very good. Let's see.
Imagine Newt Scamander movies where it's Newt Scamander on adventures, helping animals, rescuing animals. There could be like evil poachers and wizards who are trying to capture like some mythical beast that an evil wizard's trying to take control of. All of his movies and exploits could be like their own thing, separate from Dumbledore, separate from Grindelwald. And then you can have another franchise, another series of films, Dumbledore versus Grindelwald. It's on Grindelwald's Rising, the war that takes place. And then you could even have another series of horrors. And then that could lead into, you can have team-up movies like The Avengers where, Dumbledore needs Newt's help for something. So then imagine like people love the Fantastic Beasts movies and then there's a Dumbledore movie and then Newt Scamander shows up. I think people would have freaked out if they had already loved Newt Scamander in his movies and then he shows up in a Dumbledore movie for some kind of reason. I think that approaching the films that way would have been a lot stronger. I think audiences would have loved it. Imagine Newt Scamander.
That's basically it. It's a good concept. This is what they were trying to do anyway. That cinematic universe stuff, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, honestly, give Dumbledore and Grindelwald their own thing. Like Mads Mikkelsen was, I guess he was great. A lot of people praise it. They don't really explain the whole shift from Johnny Depp Grindelwald to Mads Mikkelsen, but it works apparently.
Yeah, they were probably just like, oh, he's just a cousin.
Yeah. I think they had it where he went in the water, he was in this water or whatever, and they're like, "Where's Grindelwald at? We need to talk to him." And he just shows up, and it's Mads Mikkelsen. That's basically it. That's how they did it. But yeah, it's such a weird thing, and it didn't make enough to warrant 4 and 5 of Fantastic Beasts. So that now it's on hold. Divergent didn't even get its second ending film.
No, it did not.
Yeah, so Warner Brothers, they said, "Oh yeah, stop the bleeding, please stop the bleeding."
Where's the Band-Aid?
Yeah. All right, let's see. Okay, we got a look at Crimes of the Future in Lightyear. I did see the trailer for Lightyear. It looks good. I like it.
Oh, it's just weird. Like it's just all part of Buzz Lightyear, and how do we really know it was a real person? Because it was just a toy.
Well, here, the director of it actually said that this movie is the movie that Andy saw that made him a fan of Buzz Lightyear.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is actually pretty cool. I saw someone was very mad about how this trailer panned out, like how the story panned out for this whole thing. They saying that this was the pitch that one of the other artists on there actually pitched on DeviantArt way back in the day. And I just thought, who gives a shit? Maybe not
made.
Yeah, maybe not do an unsolicited pitch on a friggin' website. That's basically it. All right, so Mute Time, all rights reserved to Disney. All rights reserved. We're going to look at this through fair use. And here we go.
Buzz Lightyear mission log, stardate 3901. After a full year of being marooned, our first hyperspeed test flight is a go.
Who are you talking to?
No one.
You were narrating.
I was not. Just doing the mission log.
You do know no one ever listens to them.
I know that. Narrating me focus.
Ready, Captain Lightyear?
Ready as I'll ever, Commander Hawthorne. This is exciting. A new adventure.
I'm gonna grant you 4 minutes to be off planet, but then you come right back to us. To infinity.
And beyond.
You are clear for hyperlaunch.
Beep boop, beep boop, beep boop. Buzz, that was utterly terrifying, and I regret having joined you. Buzz Lightyear to Star Command. Come in, Star Command. Why don't they answer? Hey! Shh!
The robots.
The what? What is happening right now? Alicia?
Oh no, that's my grandmother.
But, Socks, how long were we gone? Meow, 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 meow. 62 years, 7 months, and 5 days. What?
I hope you're ready for action, because all we needed was a pilot
For what?
to destroy the alien ship. I have a plan and I have a team. Darby can take any 3 things and make them explode.
I do this, and they shave a little time off my sentence.
Okay, and what about you?
Well, I thought this was going to be like a fun boot camp workout thing. But it is not. Did I get it?
Pretty close!
I need the... You know what's saying? The harpoons?
Buzz, right here! The probability of survival with an inexperienced crew is 38.2%.
Seems a bit low.
Mission failure imminent. In 3. Grandma always said she believed in you. 2. 1.
There was a big swirly too. Oh, I think I need a bag.
No.
Please record your last words.
Do not vomit inside the vehicle. Do not vomit inside the vehicle.
If you are satisfied with this recording, speak or select 1.
To infinity.
Are you trying to get me to pull your finger?
Don't fall for it.
No, not like that. Sorry, it's a thing your grandma and I used to do.
Yeah.
It's cute. I can't
It is.
hear you.
It is,
Okay.
isn't it? I'm
Yeah.
trying to make sure. There we go. Make sure YouTube wasn't trying to play something else. It looks good. I will definitely watch it on Disney Plus with my grandnephews and whatnot, since all my other nephews are grown. Yeah, it's so funny though that already the toy line is out, and people are going, "Why doesn't it look like the actual Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story though?" Zurg looks badass. I hope they actually have him go curse you, Buzz Lightyear, like in the show.
Maybe.
Yeah, they made him look very, very intimidating.
Yeah, no more comedians Zurg. This is like I'm evil kind of Zurg.
Yeah, no more Wayne Knight as Zurg. That's the funny thing about it. He looks like a hunter rather than an emperor this time around.
Yeah, I think it's because this is like where he first meets him, and like Zurg didn't have all that stuff on him yet, you know.
Yeah, the whole cloak with the collar. He's got the weapons, so that's a good thing. I like the design. I actually saw the concept art. I put it on. I shared it on Twitter. I said, "Okay, I like it, Picasso." I did that name. But let's see. Okay, Crimes of the Future. This looks like peak Cronenberg, and I do have a video from Robert Meyer Burnett. I think for our break, because I think we're gonna take a little break after the whole entertainment news thing.
Oh yeah,
From,
definitely.
from Robert Meyer Burnett, he actually does a great one over Cronenberg and Crimes of the Future because he got to read the script before this was even put in production.
Oh, speaking of script, when is your script coming out?
I have no script. I have the book. The book is I gotta get in contact with my cover artist
Because I want to play the character that you characterized as me. Because there can only be one person playing him.
Oh God, I gotta work on. I gotta jump on it. Writer's block's a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
This is it's only 57 seconds, so we'll be really right back. All rights reserved. Can't wait for this movie. By the way, I love Cronenberg stuff.
Mute time.
Yep.
It is time to stop seeing. It is time to stop speaking. It is time to listen. It is time to stop seeing. It is time to stop speaking. It is time to listen. Listen, 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 listen.
Do you feel alive?
It looks so good, don't it? Just from that little bit.
Well, it sort of reminds me of another movie. Dark
few.
City, in a way.
Dark City, Existence, one of his last movies. Not last movies, but one of the movies from the 90s. Because I saw how that pod looked. It looked just like a little game pod from Existence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you saw.
I love the foghorn. Every time when a like serious or scary or weird movie uses a foghorn, you know it's gonna be good.
Yeah, I do love what David Cronenberg has done for body horror. Has a little bit of Videodrome to it as well.
And a little bit of Tool.
Yeah, it's definitely on par with a lot of his body horror movies. Saw the dude with the 6 ears on his forehead. He's stitched his mouth and eyes closed. Yeah, the story behind it, Robert Meyer Burnett has it best. It's about how humanity in like 30 years would adapt to surgery with synthetic parts and whatnot, and how there would be addiction to surgery, and that has kind of actually happened with plastic surgery.
You ever seen the movie or show called Nip Tuck?
Yeah,
it's pretty much the same thing.
American Mary. Yeah, that's another one. Let's see. This is thing for it. As the human species adapts to a synthetic environment, the body undergoes new transformations and mutations. Accompanied by his partner, celebrity performance artist Saul Tenser showcases the metamorphosis of his organs. Meanwhile, a mysterious group tries to use Saul's notoriously, to shed light on the next phase of human evolution. This is gonna be good.
This is what happens when you play God.
Yeah, that's basically a lot of Cronenberg's work when it comes to stuff. When it comes to his body horror stuff, it's very, very, very good that he's finally doing this. This is a 30-year script, I do believe, the way Robert Meyer Burnett said it.
So, he was writing the script when I was being born.
Basically, same as me. He was just, I think, coming off of a Videodrome, and I think he finished the script. The script got out there. We'll be looking at that video about the history of this movie when we do our break. But let's see, what else do we got? We got some more stuff. Oh shit, Ted is getting a series.
Ted the Talking Bear?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's basically it. All I saw was that they
I
got
heard something about Mark Wahlberg being racist.
Oh, that's been a while ago.
Okay.
That was a while ago. He was committing hate crimes when he was 14. And that's one thing that was one thing with Mark Wahlberg. He was a teenager when this shit happened, and he changed his whole life. And some people won't forgive what he did a while back, but it is what it is. I think he's probably done with acting though. He's been doing a lot of producing lately.
Well,
like,
if
I know
there's a new Ted series, wouldn't he be in it to acting?
I don't know. That's the thing about this. It's supposed to be just about it's supposed to be just about Ted, so it'd be Seth MacFarlane. And I don't know who else is a part of this. I don't know if Mark would be doing it on CBS because it's going to be on CBS apparently.
Why CBS? Why not HBO?
I don't know. It might end up on Universal Plus or whatever. Not Universal Plus, Paramount Plus.
I was gonna say now Universal has this shit now.
Universal is under Peacock. That's where you were able to see Halloween Kills for free before it came out on Blu-ray. But let's see what else. All right, Animal Farm. We all know Animal Farm, right? About the pigs that take over the farm with the other farm animals. Yeah, Andy Serkis will be directing animated adaptation to it. Andy was very good with Mowgli, so I don't see any problem with that.
Mowgli was decent.
Yeah, it was all right. It was better than Disney's Jungle Book.
Are you talking about like the live action or the cartoon?
Live action.
Yeah, the live action sucked.
And it's so sad. I liked it, but yeah, it just felt lifeless. That's why I'm very keen when it comes to Favreau and that stuff. Get Andy Serkis to help you make it feel alive.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm actually looking forward to it. Animal Farm, I've seen different versions of Animal Farm. I've seen the cartoon version of it. I saw the one that the Jim Henson Company did. And they really do capture what the book is. The base of it, they don't go into it. Yeah. Like how the book goes into it. So hopefully Andy Serkis gets it done. The trailer for Stranger Things. What did you think about it?
Honestly, it's kind of hard to tell because I don't know. I can't really judge on it because it was just like flash photography kind of shit, and you were just like, oh, there's a scene, there's a scene, there's a scene, there's a scene. Just gotta add it up. And I'm just like, all I know is that one person's in Russia. That's all I know.
Well, I watched it about 3 times. I know we can't play because Journey is played in the middle of it throughout the whole thing. It looks very good. I can't wait for that. We both can't wait for this season of Stranger Things. And the thing with it was what really threw me, the new bad guy from the Upside Down, Vecna. I think I sent you the meme. I did the Markiplier meme. Is that the Mind Flayer? I thought it was the Mind Flayer in actual human form, not Vecna. I didn't expect them to call him Vecna after the Lich from D&D.
And I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of glad we get to see more of the Upside Down universe.
Oh yeah,
because like in the past seasons, yeah, we saw them, but it was like you only get to see a little bit.
yeah, and they thought it was toxic or noxious to be in that world. We get to see them without no suits. Everyone's just like, oh, it's an actual just alternate universe.
Yeah,
Everything all types of fucked up. It looks so good, that house with all the bat things. That's got to be a main gateway to the Upside Down. Now, got to see Robert Englund with his eyes stitched closed. Not stitched closed. I think he just like lost his eyes. I got to see the picture again.
We got to see the redhead girl's brother back in the Upside Down world.
Was that her brother, or was that someone else?
Yeah, he was playing the guitar. When the guitar solo came in, that was him playing the guitar in the Upside Down world.
Here, let me see. I'm gonna pull it up. Not the trailer, but the picture. I think that's a different actor who looks like him a little bit.
Well, I don't think it's the same actor, but it's the character.
I don't think so. I think that's one of the new guys. Let me see. I'm gonna look up the picture for Robert Englund first. Vecna looks great. I will say that. That's peak Upside Down monster shit.
And the best thing about it, you get to watch these kids grow up into the show. Like, you're part of their lives, you know? So you get super connected to these characters. Like, no, don't do that.
Yeah, it's very cool seeing how they've actually grown from a lot of this. They still don't give they still haven't given Will a better haircut than that damn
No. You think Will would have been like,
like, can I have a different haircut? Come on, please.
I mean, like, we're in the 80s now.
We're almost out of the 90s. We're almost into the 90s. Here's Robert Englund in there. Okay, yeah, so he lost his eyes. Yeah, you can actually tell like a little bit of eye fluid in there. That's fucking minging.
Look at that pus.
Yeah. Oh, that's brutal. Let's see. Vecna was great. A great looking villain. I hope that they don't kill him off. I wonder, maybe Vecna is actually something else entirely, like what's the word? What if he's Matt Modine's character possessed by the Mind Flayer or something like that? And it's transcendent to not just Mind Flayer, it's both personalities turned into one thing.
Well, let's not think it too much into it because we didn't make the damn show.
Yeah. we're just pontificating and theorizing. It's such, I can't wait to see. I wonder if they actually did some of these shots. So like young 11 getting out, maybe they did those shots early on and said, let's cut it into number 4 finally.
That or just CGI, bro.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to find out who this person is that's playing guitar on the Upside Down restaurant.
I'm telling you, that's her brother.
I don't think so.
I think it is, because if you look at the hairstyle.
But everyone had that hairstyle.
Yeah, but you could tell whose hairstyle that was if you're like a big fan of Stranger Things.
I'm looking at the actor now. He's the one that plays D&D with them. Not he's like a new character, but let me see if I can find out the actual character's name. Because this ain't Billy. Billy's dead. That boy dead.
Yeah, so is that girl that was in the first one who disappeared.
Barb,
right?
yeah.
They're still alive, damn it. They're still alive.
Let's see. Okay, so the group is called let's see. Joseph Quinn, aka Eddie Munson. He's the head of the Hawkins High official D&D club. That's him. Yeah. So it's a different character. Gotcha.
You didn't get me. They got me.
Oh man, so it looks good. I love the fact that we finally got a better look at it, and the Demogorgon fighting a whole group of prisoners.
Oh my god,
That was great.
Dude, if the next season is in the 90s, I'm gonna be so hyped.
The final season, man. Yeah, I saw one of these stupid websites go, "Oh yeah, Stranger Things is canceled," and I said it's ending at season 5. It's not canceled at season 5. What the hell? There's a difference.
Like if you watch the behind the scenes, the directors said like, yeah, we're only making 5 seasons.
Yeah, and I'm glad Netflix finally did follow through with one series. I'm still salty. I'm still salty. We're getting into it. Don't worry.
Yeah, but you just jinxed Stranger Things now.
I hope I did not, because oof, I'll jump out this window.
I'll beat the living shit out of you if it comes true.
Let's see what else. Thor 4: Love and Thunder. You saw the trailer for that, right?
Yeah.
What did you think?
I'm not a big fan of Thor.
I'm not a big fan of this iteration of Thor, honestly. Like, I like Taika Waititi's work when he's doing his own thing. Jojo Rabbit, What We Do in the Shadows. I like that stuff. He was in one of my favorite series, The Tribe. He had a small role in there as one of the simulations. He's in Lightyear as one of the characters. He's a good actor. He's a good director. The Thor stuff kills me, though.
Well, Thor is run by Disney, so Disney wants Thor to be what they want him to be.
Yeah, it's so weird because they had the right iteration when it comes to the first one, comes to the second one. The second one is overhated, honestly. It was just,
I just don't like the beer gut Thor.
Well, that's the thing. He works it off. That's a good thing.
I know, but it was just like, why do you have to show this?
I cannot forgive the Russos for doing that to him. That was such a bullshit thing to do. Oh yes, he's fat because he's depressed. Okay, what are you trying to say?
Right?
I didn't, I'm definitely inclined. I don't mind. What the hell happened here? I don't mind that Natalie Portman is Mighty Thor. That's actually on brand for the comic book. You got all these idiots on this damn site that we share calling it the MCU. Yeah, no shit. Of course, there's empowered female Marvel characters. What the hell? What the fuck? That still kills me. As soon as they brought in the female version of Thor, which is just it's Jane Foster with Thor's powers and armor and whatnot. She has Mjolnir. It's just one of the characters that they made. And as soon as they brought her into the cinematic stuff, that whole painful thing got rekindled. All these guys just mad over no reason.
Honestly, I hope this happens. There has to be a female version of Venom.
Yeah, and we had it just for a second.
I know.
The thing with Thor: Love and Thunder, and this kills me. They have the best villain for Thor in there. Gore the God Butcher. He's connected to the Venomverse as well because of the sword he wields. And the whole idea behind him is that he hates gods. He hates the gods because of a lot of the stuff. He believed in them. He worshiped them. He had faith in them. And his whole family dies in the comics because of his faith. Here, I'm trying to find the thing. And he looks cool as hell in the comic books. He's got an amazing sword. It actually kills gods. You see this sword in action when Null has it in the comic books. He took out a whole ass Celestial with it and then used the head to make another thing. And the thing that kills me, and I'm going to pull it up right now, and I got the picture right here. I'm trying to see if it'll go through, see if it's a good picture. Good. They have him as the villain. I see the comment. The thing that they have pissed me off with this, the character is very alien in the face, very alien body, basically. And
Okay.
we got Christian Bale as Gore the God Butcher, which is cool. We got fucking Batman, you know, and
Oh, good for you.
I gotta get that for my thing too now. Da-da-da-da. And instead of going, let's do a little CGI to cover up the face a little bit, add some scarring. Here's the look for Gore the God Butcher. If it'll show, there it goes.
Fucking looks like the Mummy.
He looks like the Mummy. He looks like Zordon when he was dying in the Power Rangers the movie. He looks like every bald character that we've seen. He looks like one of the familiars from Priest.
And when I say the Mummy, I'm talking the old black and white Mummy.
Boris Karloff, yeah. He looks like Zordon too. I got like 20 likes from that meme. And hopefully the characterization is intact. I don't like this design. Everyone loathes this design. That's why I don't really
like. I hate to say it, but he looks like a cancer patient.
Yeah, he does. He does. It's so sad because here I'll pull up a picture of Gore from the actual comic book because he looks fucking horrifying. And I wish they went with this. They could have really turned heads. They could have been like, wow, we're gonna keep this character on here, bring him back somehow. We got the multiverse shit going.
Well, you could thank Disney for all this.
Yeah, God, Kevin Feige, please do something. What the fuck? Let's see, a good picture of Gore the God.
We want to make him look scary, but not too scary for the kids.
Yeah, we saw that what happened there in 2017, didn't we?
Remember. Let's talk about your kids. I don't give a shit about your kids.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Steppenwolf in 2021 looked better than 2017. What the fuck?
Right?
Oh my goodness. All right, let's see. This is a good picture. There we go. And of course, I got a picture of Christian Bale next to the picture, but that's fine.
Oh, good for them.
All right, let's see. There we go. There's Gore the God Butcher. He looks fucking horrifying in the comic books. And the whole thing about it, oh no, Eric's gone. Oh no, there we go.
What's going on?
The thing took your side took a crap real quick. But there's yeah, there we go. You're good. You're good right now.
Okay.
Yeah, there's Gore the God Butcher. He looks horrifying as hell.
I wouldn't say horrifying. I would say more torturous than horrifying.
Well, here, I'll put it this way. There's some people have done actual 3D renders of this, and he's just a normal alien and all that. But when he has that necro sword, I do believe that's what it's called. I know I'm probably off. He kills so many Asgardians with it. He has killed Olympians with this sword, Egyptian gods. He's killed several pantheons. He's that vicious. And when he becomes godlike in the thing, he brings his wife back and she goes, "You're a god." He kills her because he hates gods. He's Kratos. He's Marvel's Kratos, basically.
What about if he had the Necro sword with the Necronomicon? I'm just saying that's a good combination.
But it's such a tortured character. I hope they don't do anything stupid like how James Gunn did with Ronan the Accuser.
Or whatever they did with Sandman in Spider-Man 3.
Oh boy, he was better in No Way Home. By the way, he was much better.
I had a feeling like, oh yeah, we definitely fucked up on this one. Let's remake him.
Yeah, he's more of an ally, but then he goes bad guy. But it's this whole thing. Gore, the whole design for Gore is such bullshit, and I love this design. Bring me this design. This is Jeff and Wolf 2.0, except Marvel.
Yeah, but see, that's too scary for the kids.
Yeah, fuck them kids.
That's what I'm saying.
My dogs are barking like a motherfucker.
Yeah, because they're like, fuck those kids.
And yeah, that's the thing about it. Let me get out of here. That's the thing. I'm gonna have an open mind. They got Russell Crowe as Zeus. I know he gonna die. As soon as I'm like, oh yeah, he gonna die. So it's cool that that Gore's there, but and again, it falls into the whole thing of what are we gonna do with these villains and all that? Oh no, let's not have them reprise their roles. Let's kill them all off. That I hate that about the whole Marvel thing. DC as well. I'm glad DC with Aquaman at least kept Orm and Black Manta, but you know it's so weird. I'll keep an open mind about Thor: Love and Thunder. Hopefully, it turns out all right. But if it ends up fucked up, I'm taking someone's eye.
Should we start with Mickey Mouse?
No, let's start with Taika first.
Okay.
Then Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, I Sign Kills already has Mickey Mouse
in their crosshairs.
Yeah. I mean, like the next tour is about Mickey Mouse and Disneyland.
Oh man. See. Okay, so next thing up, Warner Brothers Discovery. This came out. They want to do an overhaul of the DC stuff. And I'm going to pull up. Well, the main thing that they did say, and it's right off the top of my head, they do believe that Warner Brothers has ignored a lot of their staple characters like Batman and Superman. And you see it with the DCU, yeah. They want to actually focus on that. They want to actually find someone that will keep it all combined and harmonious. And of course, someone at Variety who also wrote the same article said, "Oh yeah, this is the same thing that happened with DC. They're at a crossroads now. It's the end of DC. You know that shit."
Shut the fuck up, you virgin.
That's what I wanted to say. Shut it, virgin. And that was the thing about it. I'm like, okay, gives a shit. But the thing about it, they're still looking for someone. They're looking for a czar, basically, for this whole thing to cover it all. So they're basically trying to get rid of Walter Hamada, of course. And people are rooting for a DC Studios thing. They want more of Joker from Joaquin Phoenix's Joker and all that. They want more movies like that. They want more movies like Man of Steel and all that. They want all this stuff. They're promoting everything on HBO Max now because of this. They want more Peacemaker, of course. And I don't know what to think of it.
You know what the funny thing is? They can make a better Green Lantern movie.
Yes, and that's the thing. Green Lantern Corps has been in production hell for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing that kills me. Finn Wittrock was supposed to be in there. They could actually do some more work and actually have Wayne Carr in there as well as John Stewart, Green Lantern. There's so much they can do here. Do Man of Tomorrow, do like a live action version of Man of Tomorrow, and actually have it work where it's a nice sequel in between ZSJL and the Suicide Squad, so we can actually see Bloodsport take out Superman, and then Superman having to take out Brainiac.
And do you think we'll ever see the death of the Joker?
That I don't know. That's the thing about it.
Because if you remember Injustice,
I don't know, maybe in the Nightmare stuff. But I think that might be Batman doing it.
But Superman kills him.
Yeah, I know. It's so weird with this though. It's very wait and see, you know.
Yeah, because we all know Batman can't kill Joker because he needs Joker more than Joker needs him.
Yeah, and the thing, and we saw in the Nightmare thing, he said that in the Nightmare thing, things are different. He goes, "Make no mistake, I will fucking kill you." So we don't know what's gonna go on, but yeah, that's basically it. They're gonna do an overhaul, which means they just probably want to put a Superman thing in there. They want to put a Superman movie in there and whatnot. Probably do the Cyborg movie finally, hopefully. Beg Ben Affleck back, it's stuff like that. But that's all I have for it. There's so much they can do, but we've been talking about DC so much.
It's better than talking about Marvel.
True. You saw us, we were just bitching for a minute. Let's see. Choose or Die. Okay, review for Choose or Die. Man, I got a lot. Choose or Die. Dude, I was
disappointed.
I was bamboozled. But I'll give it a C+ because there were some good moments in there. the way they, oh man, I gotta stop listening to some of these idiots online. They said it was going to be interactive as as like Bandersnatch and all that. We even saw that it was going to be interactive, right? It looked like it was going to be.
I think those were fake articles, though.
Yeah, we was lied to. We were lied to. But Choose or Die had some great moments in it. It's no Stay Alive. That's the one movie that I was trying to bring up. It's no Stay Alive. But Robert Englund has a nice little cameo in there via the phone. Nice little reference to 976 EVIL, the movie that he directed. It was all right. It's nothing groundbreaking. It's nothing scary. We're horror fans, of course.
Hold on. Did it remind you of the movie Truth or Dare?
Not really, because it was more like the game would possess people.
Because that's what it's throwing me. Like, that's the vibes it's throwing me. It's like another Truth or Dare kind of movie.
Oh, the way it starts out, this guy, he ends up with it. He has a night. The character's played by Eddie Marsan from The World's End and whatnot. He had his character had a nice ass setup too. The whole thing, the first choice he gets is ears or tongue, and he picks tongue, and he comes out. His wife had cut his son's tongue out. Yeah, and I just went, damn, okay.
Well, best thing about that choice, your tongue can heal quicker than your ears.
Cut the whole tongue out, though.
That's okay. Your saliva can heal wounds.
And that's why I sent you the picture why he looks like that, because apparently he loses his eye too. And yeah, there's some great moments in there. It's okay. It's not groundbreaking. It's hit or miss.
Like, would you say it's just a fun movie to watch on Halloween?
Depending on how you are, if you want to just really just sit down and go, let me check this movie. I think this is I forgot the director's name, but I think this was his first movie, actually.
Well, if it's his first movie, then good on him.
Yeah, Netflix really gave him a nice thing. I think Asa Butterfield. He was good in it. I don't mind him. He was very good. He's a good actor. What's her name? Eola Evans, who plays the main character, Kayla. She was very, very good. I think this is her first movie as well, because there's not even a picture of her on here. But Toby Meekins, I think this was his first movie.
I like how that character had the same name as somebody I know.
And there's a part in there with Asa Butterfield. It's where the guy on the screen goes rewind or fast forward, and she has to make a choice. So she goes fast forward, and Asa is basically just spewing film out of his mouth, like he's throwing up film.
That's just comedy.
Yeah, I was going, oh, this is great now. And then she presses rewind and goes back into him.
Oh God.
I was going, this is something. That was a good ass scene. It was all right. But when these damn things, they promoting it as interactive, even we promote it as interactive, I'm thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna be able to make choices and whatnot. No choices. It's just a movie. Just watch the movie. That's it. It's all right. It's a C+, C tier.
Well, I guess it's sort of interactive because it makes you think of your own choice.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. The whole thing, Cursor, it ends up in the world, so it has multiple people to go to. So they could actually improve upon it and actually make it interactive if they want to do a sequel or two.
But it seems like a VHS kind of deal too.
Yeah, that too. It's all right. C+, I give it. Let's see what else. Nosferatu. Dietrich was supposed. Yeah, this was supposed to be Robert Eggers thing. Dietrich had tagged me in the Nosferatu thing. Willem Dafoe was supposed to be in it. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, Robert Eggers ain't going to that yet. He's got another movie before this. I think 2 movies before this. He even said it on Mark Maron's What the F podcast that he's probably not going to go to that yet. So it's.
I mean, like the original movie wasn't even almost an hour.
Yeah, it's kind of postponed. Like they had a cast, but Robert Eggers really didn't have an update other than yeah, I'm not going to that yet. That's
Yeah.
basically all he said recently, and people were pissed. They were sad.
And honestly, like, I'm a big horror fan, and I love Nosferatu. Like, that was one of the best vampire films out there back in that day and probably today. But it's a silent film, and if they have people talking to it, it's gonna ruin the nostalgia, I want to say.
that vibe that it gave off.
Yeah.
Well, here, that's the good thing about Robert Eggers, because if you remember Lighthouse, there really wasn't, they had moments where they were just yelling at each other and whatnot. And there were moments where it was just silence. Same thing with The Witch. There's a lot more imagery in The Witch. I got to see The Northman, though, because I heard that was basically, he would definitely rock it, but I don't think he's ready for it, honestly. He's got, I think, an Elizabethan movie coming out. Something about one of the Queen Elizabeths. He's doing something about that. I don't know what it's called, but he's friggin' great at this stuff. He's great at doing period pieces that are either horror or action and whatnot. So
I'm just iffy about it. And speaking of Northmen, I thought like that Viking character, that skinny dude with the long hair, I thought that was Edge.
Alexander Skarsgård.
Like all it needs is a theme song. Honesty.
See, I still got to see it, but yeah, I know Alexander Skarsgård from a lot of stuff. He's in True Blood and whatnot. I think we talked about it. That was his first.
Didn't he play Eric?
Yeah, that was his first time out. His dad is Stellan Skarsgård. His brother's Bill Skarsgård. We said this. The whole Skarsgård family is just.
They're a very scarred family. So let's take it easy on them.
Let's see. Ooh, gaming stuff. Streets of Rage is coming out.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing a movie, and it's going to be by the creator of John Wick, Derek Kolstad. I hope he gets Chad Stahelski to do the choreography and stunts, because I don't see it any other way, unless he wants to actually make a Double Dragon remake.
Just get some brewskis to Helsky, and he'll be all goodski.
What the fuck? I hope. I'm hoping it's good. Hopefully it is, because Derek Kolstad gave us one of the best action movies ever with John Wick.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait for John Wick Chapter 4.
That's what happens if you try to kill any of my animals.
Just murder everything in sight. I respect that. The first time I saw John Wick, I was in shock when that dude punted that dog.
Honestly, I had to remind myself, no animals were harmed making this film. No animals were harmed making this film.
I was in the seat right next to my dad. I saw that dog get kicked so hard. I said, "Oh, fuck you." I was yelling that. My dad's like, "Oh, calm down. Calm down. It's just a movie." I wanted to jump into the fucking movie, basically.
You just jump in the screen. You start being the screen like Peter Griffin did.
Right. That's how mad I was over it. But then you find out all this stuff happens over a fucking dog. That was the wildest thing. Just went, okay, here it is. Whoa.
You think Taken was bad? Oh boy.
Oh my god, that was so brutal. Taken. I could talk about Taken, but that'll probably be for next time. But yeah, Streets of Rage. Can't wait. I'm not really a fan of Streets of Rage. I've played it, but I wouldn't mind seeing it. It's 4 people beating the shit out of a whole city. What the hell? Who wouldn't want to see that? That's great. Speaking of people beating the shit out of a whole city, Ezra Miller got arrested again.
What the fuck?
This time, they were at some type of family thing, and it wasn't even their family. It wasn't even Ezra's family. It was someone else's. And they said to him, "You need to leave." And Ezra chucked a chair at somebody.
You know what? Just put him in an MMA cage and just let him have it.
I legit put on there, "Please, Ezra, get some help. Get out of Hawaii."
Yeah, that's too calming of a place to be.
Yeah, and the thing about it, Ezra was going into basically local bars, not tourist bars.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what this all comes down to. Yeah, you're not really supposed to be in there. You don't even live there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, that's really. I hope that Ezra gets the help that they need, but the memes are coming. I sent you one already. There's one on my page
Mm-hmm.
from I think Ezra's first movie. We need to talk about Kevin, and
Oh,
and the movie they changed the title to "We Need to Talk About Ezra."
I'm not gonna lie, that movie was really good.
It was. And I actually did an extra thing to that poster. All I'd said was he's just standing in the balcony, 2 chairs, one chair in each hand.
Come at me, motherfucker!
You're getting chucked. But I'm again hopefully Ezra gets the help that they really need. Jesus. Now Netflix.
I
Okay,
saw the meme you made.
Oh
Or-
god. Here, I'm gonna
Looks
find
good.
it. I'm
Looks
trying
like
to find
Blockbuster's coming back.
The day of reckoning will come.
the day of reckoning will come. All right, so Netflix has done a lot of shit. In the span of a week, they upped their prices again. We knew that. That was, I think, months ago. They lost, I think, 60,000 subscribers. And their stock plummeted. I can buy stock in Netflix now. Buy the dip.
Bring Blockbuster back. Bring Blockbuster back.
And the thing about it was, instead of going, hey, let's find some actual work, some stuff that'll work to get us back up there.
Mm-hmm.
What do these idiots do? Oh, yeah. Oh, we're going to start cracking down on people that share their logins to Netflix. We're going to crack down on that. So people got to pay extra. That happened a couple weeks back. Then it's probably going to start happening this fall. They're going to start doing it. What else? They're going to have a ad subscription where basically you have ads on a certain level during your shows and all that.
Fuck off.
Exactly. The reason why everyone got Netflix is because there weren't any ads.
Right?
That's what killed me about Amazon Video. I'm trying to watch Tales of Halloween on Amazon Video. What do I get after the after the intro? A fucking ad.
Do you like covers, but you need arm space? Try a Snuggie.
Amazon trying to promote The Boys, and I just went, I watch it already. Why is this here? It's a fucking movie I'm watching. What the hell? But
Netflix,
yeah, so
I swear to God, if they do that ad shit, I will go to California or wherever you're located and whoop all your asses.
yeah, and I said this in private to some family. I said, these are ideas from a fucking bean counter.
It's more
And
like
what
a 5-year-old got in control of like Netflix. Like, oh, let's put commercials on it.
Might as well be that. But what I mean by that, when it comes, this is like accounting stuff. These are accounting ideas.
Yeah.
This is bean counter shit. And what I mean by that, okay, best example, Apple. Steve Jobs was the one that innovated a lot of stuff. iPhones, iPads, iPods, almost did the whole damn thing from Big Rap Battles. He's done all that. He did all that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
He passes away. Tim Cook takes over. What does Tim Cook do? Oh, we're no longer going to be doing iTunes. We're discontinuing the iPod Classics. We're going to keep doing iPhones, though, but we're going to keep doing every single time and use Samsung's OS to cover it all. And we're going to come out with a fucking pen for the iPad. A stylus.
See, this is why I choose Android or Galaxy over iPod shit or whatever.
Apple shit.
Apple.
And the thing is, he's not innovating anything. That's the thing about it. Netflix could be innovating a lot of stuff if they didn't do all this stupid shit. Explain to people.
Let me introduce to you the most exciting thing for Apple product.
A pen.
A pen.
I knew it. And the thing with Netflix, I could understand why they bring up their subscription price. They're making big ass movies. Rebel Moon's coming out. We got all these other movies coming out. They're probably going to want to buy another set of Fear Street movies. They're probably going to do another Texas Chainsaw Massacre sequel. They probably want to add some more content to it. They have no content right now when it comes to a lot of this stuff. And the thing that they did, and of course it's in our title, they canceled one of the most iconic comic book adaptations, Bone. They canceled that before season 1 even came out. They've canceled what else? They've canceled Dark Crystal Age of Resistance. They canceled Glow while they were filming their last season.
Right.
And Bright 2, they have no interest in it anymore. And that shit should have came out in 2019, honestly. And, we got Bright Samurai Soul. Okay, that was great, by the way. But the thing about it is they have no content because of this stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, wait, why don't you just do what a lot of people want? They want home release for a lot of your movies. And I said, let me see if I can pull it. And I said on Twitter, I said, this shit wouldn't be so bad if they did home release to try to recoup something. You can make it exclusive to your merch site, make it where there's a lot of little, gadgets and gizmos aplenty, as I like to say, with this, a steel book.
Fucking Little Mermaid or something?
I want to be I'm glad you caught that. I said this. Hold on, where's it at? I said this. I hate to say it, but Netflix's stock probably wouldn't have plummeted so much if they started doing home release. Make them exclusive to either Target, Best Buy, or your merch store. You can do steel books. You can actually do some deals with McFarlane or NECA to actually add more to your products. We could have so much stuff for Death Note, Bright, Army of the Dead, all this stuff. Could have had all this going on. Could have had Fear Street figures. Could have had all that stuff going, and you'd be fine. And you could explain away, yeah, we want to do bigger stuff. That's why we have the subscription going up. And they were the ones that were promoting sharing your logins. They made memes about it. Now it's a problem? Fuck out of here. And then the most egregious thing, and I don't like this show, and it's not because of moral standing. I'm not that moral. I don't like to grandstand when it comes to... Yeah, I don't like to grandstand, but Big Mouth got renewed for a 7th season. Big Mouth. You could have had Bone. Bone is better. You were asking for fantasy things that it could actually be for the family. Bone is pretty much there.
Or Has Been Hotel.
Yes. There's so much that they could have did. Oh, yeah, let's go with Big Mouth again. Let's talk about puberty for the 10 billionth time.
Puberty!
I'm your puberty monster. Get the fuck out of here.
That happened to me. That happened to me.
That's what kills me about this. And I saw the thing from Flightcast, who I follow, and we've read some of his stuff on here. He said they're not going to be hurting for this, and I understand that. I agree. They're not hurting, but you know what? Their ideas like this will hurt in the long run for real, especially if you start telling people, oh, you can't share your password if they're not in the same household as you. What?
Have you heard the thing called karma, my friend?
Oh, yeah, it's so karmic of them. They're going to be losing more after this. What is this? Oh, good. Eternals is on Vudu now. Good. I can watch Eternals again.
Nice plug-in.
I just saw it. My dad just sent me a text. He got the thing. I'm like, oh, good. I like that movie, even though it's goofy as hell sometimes. But yeah, Netflix is really, oh my God, get these bean counters out of here. That's my thing. This is all bean counter shit. Bean counter ideas are what fuck up everything creatively.
I don't like beans.
Beans.
Beans. What the fuck?
All right. So yeah. So Netflix, it's been a fucked up week for them, and it's so sad because we got movies to watch now soon.
Oh, and you're gonna fuck up everything like
Yeah,
Stranger Things. Like 5th season is probably not even gonna be on Netflix because of all this bullshit.
I hope it is, because that's horrible that they would do all this stuff when there's, and another thing about it, they're gonna stop doing all the true crime stuff as well, even though people have been watching them, and that was what killed me. And I think it's because Tiger King season 2 didn't pan out as well as they thought. Like, yeah, no shit, we're not in that part of the pandemic anymore, dummy. We're all outside now. Shut up.
It's like they don't listen to the people who use their company.
Yeah.
Whoa. It's
good-
like YouTube and Disney all over again.
But a good thing about this, Witcher season 3 is up. It's coming out. Can't wait for that. We're so close to the Wild Hunt. So close.
I could smell it in the air and taste it in the air.
Oh, I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see them in action. I can't wait. All right, so that's it. Netflix needs to quit fucking around, quit fucking up this stuff. Actually, do some good stuff with your content and whatnot. And
Like
that's
I say
basically
this all the time. Stop being Jewish.
We're not what? It really is some bean counter shit, though. Quit being bean counters. I'll say it that way.
Yeah.
And the bean counters are everyone. They can be everyone.
You know what they say about beans? Beans, the musical fruit. The more you eat, the more you chew. No more beans.
Okay, we'll go with that. I'm not going to press the button. All right, before we break, let's talk the Batman. Finally.
Let me just say this right now. If you like detective movies, you're going to love this film.
It's so fucking good. And, you know, I loved it. I've watched it twice now.
My brother's seen it 3 times already.
I'm almost there. My dad probably saw like 4. he couldn't get enough of that movie. And I love it. I love what they did with Riddler. And I saw Richard Newby from Twitter and all that. He said maybe they're trying to do something with Riddler like what they did in the animated Hush movie. Make it where Riddler is Hush as well. And that made me think, wait, yeah. So, yeah, spoiler alert for everyone. Riddler is fucking crazy. Paul Dano did a great job.
Crazy, but smart.
Yeah. First movie I've seen of Paul Dano's where he didn't get his ass beat.
Right? He always gets his ass beat.
Right? Not head cracked open with a fucking bowling pin.
Lovely.
Cut up in Looper.
I hope this is not like his kink or something.
Oh wait, no, I gotta take that back. Swiss Army Man was another one where he didn't get his ass beat. He was beating his own ass though.
Do you mind? I'm kicking my own ass.
So Robert Pattinson, and you know, I had an open mind about Robert Pattinson when he was announced. I was thinking, oh, you know, he'll probably kill it. It's been years since Twilight. He was awesome as
Like
Batman.
I knew he was a good actor. Like there was another film he was in after Twilight. It was like something about like elephants or something.
Oh, I don't.
It was like he was in a circus. You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
I think so. The one I remember after the Twilight series was Cosmopolis, where that was another Cronenberg one that he did. That's the one I remember. And then of course he's done so many movies after that.
But anyways, if you've seen The Lighthouse, you would know how much of an awesome actor he is.
Yeah,
he can like switch it on and off either way. Like this kid's got a good thing going for him acting wise. Just no more of these tween movies, shiny vampires.
Yeah, that's basically what he said. He said after Twilight, he said, I'm done with that tween shit. Because everything he's taken has been either grimy or sophisticated. It's been very, very mix and match. He was in Tenet last time around. Yeah, so he was very good as Batman. He was good as, again, Batman and Bruce Wayne as characters in themselves. He was good as both.
Mm-hmm.
This of course.
He can work on his Batman voice a little bit, but other than that, 10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, it's definitely a 10 out of 10 movie. The thing that really got me was this is year 2 of Batman, basically. And I
Mhm.
love that it was year 2 because there's so much stuff. His car, we know, is not the final product. It's gonna be the big ass
Yeah.
the speedy tank that
Mhm.
we've seen before. And I can't wait to see. I don't think Matt Reeves is gonna go that far with it, but it's definitely a start. That thing is a freaking beast. Colin Farrell as Penguin. I thought, hey, you know what? He didn't need that much makeup and all that, but then you see him, he was fucking perfect. it was almost Gandolfini-esque almost.
And
Because
the song Something in the Way like fits perfectly with the scenes that it was like in, like how it
yeah,
just slowly started to gang up more sound and music. I was like, yes,
yeah,
Kurt
it's
would be
very,
proud.
yeah, it's very good. And I caught the little thing the second time around. First time it's played is after he was beating the shit out of all those guys. He's looking
Mhm.
at the whole night and all that through those lenses, which was a nice little touch. And then the last time is at the near end of it, where he realizes I can't just be the vengeful Dark Knight. I have to be something that these people look up to. And
Well, it was more scenes than 2. It was more like 5. I counted, bro.
oh shit, man! I only caught the begin like that part where they played it, and then at the end. But it was so good. There was so much symbolism, especially when he, you know, did what he did in that whole arena, and it was like he really when he fought those guys that were dressed as Riddler.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as he heard one of the guys go, "I'm vengeance," he thought to himself, "What?"
That's my line.
Yeah, that did not sit well for him at all. He goes, "I got to be something else."
Spoilers, by the way, people. Spoilers.
Yeah, yeah. He basically said, "I got to be something else than the vengeance now." This dude tried to kill me. And Zoe Kravitz was very good as Catwoman. She captured a lot of Selena Kyle's mannerisms in this. It was very, very cool how she.
Now, what was your thoughts on the Batman suit itself?
Well, the bat suit itself, as soon as I saw in the very first trailer from Fandom when the bullets were bouncing off, I was thinking, "Oh shit, he actually has armor on."
Like, I like it. It's just, I don't know. Maybe it's because the way Robert Pattinson's head shaped or something, but like the head part just seems off to me.
Yeah, you know what it is, and I saw someone do the actual edit of it. It's kind of like Adam West's Batcowl.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Wait, this is like Adams West kind of shit.
Yeah, it's kind of like his, except super pointy ears.
Yeah.
And there was so much to it. It really showed that those guys that he beat the shit out of, that has to be Joker's crew. It has to be. They're wandering aimlessly, knocking people out. Yeah, they're waiting for Joker.
Those are the only people like villains, like I don't know what you would call those kind of people, henchmen.
Yeah,
Like, those are the only henchmen that wear like painted faces, like Joker's henchmen. Nobody else, just Jokers.
And I did catch a little thing when it came to those guys that were attacking the bank. That they were just breaking in the bank, just burning it down. Those are Anarchy's guys too. Those are Anarchy's guys. I'm like, oh wow, Anarchy's in here somehow.
Or how about like when Batman first started and they showed like the symbol and you saw that guy with the green mask thing.
He was like, "Oh fuck!" and they looked in the alley. Oh, and they almost got hit. That really set up how vicious Batman was. The year prior, that they're all thinking, "Oh shit, he's out here somewhere." I'm gonna go return this now.
I would like to pay for this.
Yeah, well, here's your money back. I just saw the light.
Here's some more money.
That was so funny, and even Anarchy's guys were just like, "Oh shit, let's go. run, fuck the paint can.
Run.
It was so perfect with that movie. And I just caught something on Twitter. Someone actually said this movie was made to really answer the thing that we always see on Twitter where they're like, oh, Bruce Wayne should just use all his money. Look what Thomas Wayne tried to do in the movie. That renewal fund
Yeah.
was not doing anything at all. So
No.
if Bruce used any of the money like that, someone was going to get a cut of it. They're going to kill his ass off too.
And
Just
plus,
for it.
if he like spent all that money, that kind of ruins his identity of Batman too.
Yeah, and that was the funniest. That was the funniest thing. And someone else said that it also caught that Bruce in this version, at least he's suffering from some mental illness, basically PTSD and all that. And you can see it because he is just stuck in that subway, looking at that monitor all the damn time. If he's not out there beating the shit out of people,
I like the funeral scene. I'm pretty sure everybody's seen it. They shown it on YouTube and all that stuff.
that
But
was
the
so
funeral
good.
scene, like you could tell the kid and him had a connection over a loss.
Yeah, that was so freaking. That was an amazing scene,
And I'm
especially when
thinking that kid's gonna be Robin.
maybe you never know. I'm very inclined to think if Richard's theory is not correct and we do see Hush, we do see Thomas Elliot. I'm inclined to think Thomas Elliot will be a threat in number 2, along with the Court of Owls. Like they could have it where Batman gets Hush before anything happens, and it leads into the Court of Owls,
But
and then we
yeah.
see him working on Joker's face.
But here's the thing, me and my brother were talking about this for like the next 2 films. The second one, I think it's going to be partly like Silence of the Lambs,
Yeah,
and like it's going to mostly like be focused on like how Batman can read other criminals, like, and Joker's going to help him in a way.
yeah,
And
profiling.
then, yeah, and then the third one is going to be like the big match, no
Yeah,
holds barred kind of deal.
Yeah, I think that might be it too. Like I could see like this is why I think they should use Thomas Elliot at least because we've seen what Joker looks like. People have done edits, they've connected the dots. He looks fucking gruesome. That deleted scene was friggin' great, and we've kept quiet about that so well. That deleted scene was so great to actually see the dots connected. He's super gruesome. And the thing about it is, I wonder if Matt Reeves might dial it back when it comes to how Joker looks to where it's almost Nicholson-like, because you could definitely tell it could be like that as well, especially if you use Thomas Elliot where he's, fixes his face a little.
Honestly, I think this Joker that they showed, remember when the Joker from the last Joke or whatever, that cartoon movie?
The Killing Joke, yeah.
Yeah, remember where he first started with his wife in that condo and they didn't have money for the kid, so he went to a crime boss, and he's like, here, wear this and wear that, we'll call you Red Cape. And
The
he
Red Hood,
falls
yeah.
into that like chemical stuff. I think
Yeah.
that's the Joker that we saw, and he's gonna form into the Joker.
Yeah, well, that might be it too. Yeah, and I think that could be the thing about it because he's already in Arkham. He
Mhm.
probably got caught. Some people were theorizing he's probably a serial killer and all that after the fact.
Mhm.
And oh man, there's so much they can do with Barry as Joker. Barry Keoghan is very good as him. And I still want a lot of things. I know it ain't gonna happen, but I would love to see because again, this is multiverse stuff.
Yeah.
They could still do Ben's. They could still do Ben's. We could still see Jared as his Joker as well. There's
Mhm.
so much that can be done. It would be cool to see them actually merge, even though I know that's not what Matt Reeves wants at all. It would be cool to see Barry and Jared on the same screen together as both versions of Joker. That would be freaking crazy.
That
And
would
it'd
be like a comedy moment, though.
Yeah. and it would be it would be even more amazing, and if Heath hadn't passed, to have all three of them, some three Joker stuff, but
Sort of like
both
what
of
they did with the Spider-Man shit.
yeah. Yeah, there's been several episodes of several Batman series where there's like multiverse stuff going on when it comes to Joker and Batman. So they could definitely do it if they wanted to. But, that was one thing I think the second time around, I was just visualizing, oh, yeah, Ben would do this, Ben would do that. Yeah, this would be good with Ben as well. That was my main thought the second time around. But I thought, yeah, his would be cool too. Let's just have this for Robert.
I'm just glad that they're doing the dark side of Batman. Like, we all wanted to see the dark side of Batman because his whole life was a dark story.
Yeah, and that was one thing that Chris Nolan tried to do it, but it still stayed kind of in the light.
Yeah.
This it was Long Halloween meets Batman Ego with a lot of Seven undertones. And I loved it for that. It was very, very good.
Like, honestly, if they do like a Batman on Halloween, they gotta do it with the Scarecrow.
Oh, yes, yes. I would love to see that. They need to do more. There's so many characters. I heard a lot of people say, "Oh, Mr. Freeze should be in it." And I was thinking, in this maybe. We did see a couple of things that Riddler did to a lot of the people. The Saw style the Saw style traps. Oh my god. And I saw the rat cage thing. I was thinking,
Oh
oh
my
shit.
god.
I'm like, oh shit, it's that kind of torture thing.
Was
I knew
there-
exactly what it was.
Was there a villain named Rat King in the Batman universe or no?
Rat catcher.
Rat Catcher, okay.
Yeah. And then, we saw that in Suicide Squad. His daughter is Ratcatcher too.
Yeah.
God, I wish we had a figure of her. That was set on my Suicide Squad line perfectly. But yeah, that's basically.
Sorry, I
See
got
what-
a cat trying to.
See, I think that's basically it for the Batman. There's so much with it. I'm definitely gonna rewatch it again. And there was so much. Andy Serkis was great as Alfred. He was Andy Serkis was great as Alfred. That was one cool thing, and they didn't really focus on Alfred like that. He was there to tell him, "Hey, you got to do this, you got to do that. Your father didn't do this." It was cool seeing that whole thing, and it was nice what Bruce Wayne said to Alfred after what happened.
It really sort of like helped me have closure with his butler and him, like yeah, he was like father figure to him.
Yeah, what he said was it was so good. He said I was scared for the first time because, and it wasn't. He said it wasn't me dying. I'm okay with dying. It's losing someone else that I care for. I don't want to deal with that ever again. And now think about it, I'm like, yeah, wait till you ever do the end game thing. Someone's losing a hand.
And they're lucky it's just a hand.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see. Oh, wow, we have a lot more to do, but I think just the cat's looking, you're like, no. All right, I think it's break time.
It's break time. That means it's smoking time. Smoking time.
So we're gonna play this. All rights reserved to Robert Meyer Burnett. This is his thing. It's called The Genius of David Cronenberg and Crimes of the Future. We looked at Crimes of the Future real quick. So consider this like a special thing having this video on. That's only way we'll get Robert Meyer Burnett on here somehow. Yeah, I'm gonna do this full screen. Go there. Mute mode. We will be.
Lucy.
I see her. All right, so this is mute time.
Muting.
Observations with Robert Meyer Burnett.
And one of my favorite directors of all time, Mr. David Cronenberg. He's never really bowed to convention. He's never really been, let's just say, commercial consideration has never been one of his strong suits. God bless him. Now, I first came to see a David Cronenberg movie in 1980. And it was, believe it or not, I went and saw Motel Hell. I was 13. A friend of mine took me, a guy named Bud Warner, and we went and saw Motel Hell. It takes all kinds of critters to make Farmer Vincent's fritters. If you haven't seen it, it's a hoot. So I was going to see Motel Hell. It was a double bill. And the double bill, the second movie, was David Cronenberg's first feature film from 1975, Shivers. Or as we knew it here in the United States, They Came From Within. Now, Motel Hell was fun. You know, it was on the cover of Fangoria in the first 10 issues. I think it was issue 9. It was on the cover of issue 9 of Fangoria. So I was really looking forward to it. You know, it had a lot of gore, violence, people getting cut up with chainsaws. It had Grossman from Chips. You know, it's like, come on, man. Who doesn't want to see this? So I went and saw it, and it was fun. You know, I liked it. Rory Calhoun. It was good. But it wasn't They Came From Within. They Came From Within was one of those shocking moments. So if you haven't seen They Came From Within, a.k.a. the original title, Shivers, basically it's set in at Starliner Island, which is a luxury condo development where they have these condos, like the one-stop shop. There's a grocery store there. There's a health care store, a health club, and there's doctors, everything you need in this environment, in this high-rise condo development, and it was vaguely futuristic, but you know, back in the 70s, along with shopping malls, there were these kinds of things happening. So, and in this, you know, there's all kind of shenanigans. People are involved with one another as they are wont to do. There is a doctor who's been having an affair with a young girl. And the movie opens. This is how the movie opens. There's a dead girl on a table, and this roly-poly doctor takes a surgical knife and cuts her open. Just cuts her open. And you see that you don't see what's inside, but you see blood coming down from her. And then he starts dripping acid into the wound. And, you know, she's young, nubile. She's kind of small-breasted, and it just, the whole thing just looked wrong to me, even though, oh, so right, but it was wrong. And I'm 13 years old, and I'm both turned on and feeling complete revulsion. And this is the opening scene of the movie. I'm like, what is going on? Because I did not know anything about David Cronenberg. I did not know what his movies were about. And so what it turns out, what's happening here is this doctor created what he thought was they look like writhing penises, disembodied penises. He's created a parasite that is supposed to go into the human body and replace diseased organs. And he's been doing experiments on people that he knows in this apartment complex. And what ends up happening is, of course, these parasites don't do exactly what they're supposed to do. They get into your body through whatever orifice they can use. They get in and they start basically turning you into these hyper erotic, completely sexualized versions of yourself. And so imagine, instead of turning into zombies, you turn into these love machines. And so it's like this venereal disease / erotic outbreak of whatever, a pandemic of weaponized or monstrous eroticism. I don't know what you'd call it, but these things are, I mean, the sexual imagery is obvious, but it's disgusting too. I mean, they go in through them. People transfer them through kissing. The great Barbara Steele, if you're a fan of the Mario Bava movie Mask of the Demon, aka Black Sunday, she's in the movie. One enters her body through her vajayjay, and I mean, this movie blew my mind at 13. And I'm like, oh my God. And it gave me such a, I was just, The thing about is it was played very straight. It almost has it's got a very simple style, like almost documentary style, and it's incredibly low budget. But the creatures were great. I think they were Tom Berman did the creatures. And I'm watching this, man, and it was really mind-blowing because at 13, I had been reading a lot of wholly inappropriate books. I'd been reading the Graham Masterton, who wrote The Manitou, but his books were British author, very sexually charged. Same with James Herbert's early books like The Rats and The Fog and The Dark. I was reading really horrific stuff that my parents probably would have taken away from me if they had any idea what the contents was like. But this movie, They Came From Within, was like reading one of these forbidden novels. And instead of just reading about it, I mean, they were showing this stuff. And there was some really, really great prosthetic, like bladder effects when you'd see these things. I mean, really, really, really incredible stuff. And I was just, my mind was blown. So I instantly became a David Cronenberg fan, not knowing They Came From Within. After They Came From Within, he made Rabid, he made The Brood, and he also made a car racing movie called Fast Company, which I didn't know about until later. And then he had a new movie coming up soon called Scanners that has elements of that, but it was some more science fiction about telepaths that were created basically by a pharmaceutical company. And if you haven't seen Scanners, it has in mind perhaps the greatest head explosion scene in any movie ever. Still to this day, unparalleled. But so when Scanners opened, we were like 15, I want to say maybe I was 14 because it was like, I think 81. And at the Coliseum Theater in downtown Seattle, they were having a little Cronenberg film festival before Scanners started. So they Came From Within, they showed Rabid, they showed The Brood, and then they were showing Scanners. And I'm like, oh my God. So I got my little crew together, my friends like Jennifer, I believe Jennifer Epstein, Mark Elfendahl, a bunch of us, maybe Mike Schertz was there, I'm not sure. And we all go down. You know, we're like 13, 14, totally, all these movies are R-rated. And that was the first time, like, I went down a line. And I'm like, excuse me, sir, or excuse me, ma'am, might you take my friends and I in this movie with you? Because, you know, but I needed to see these movies. And I told Mark, especially Mark Elfendahl, he was like, is there going to be splatter in these movies? I'm like, oh yeah, dude, there's a lot of splatter. And so we went and saw them. And watching this infusion. Now, what was really interesting to me about Cronenberg is like The Brood, which is one of my favorite horror films of all time, is really about the destruction of the family. It's about what divorce does to a person. That's the underlying meaning. But what it had overtly was Oliver Reed plays a doctor named Dr. Hal Raglan. And he has come up with this therapy idea called psychoplasmics, which is another thing. David Cronenberg always came up with these fucking awesome sci-fi concepts. And so the idea of psychoplasmics is that you take whatever problems that you have, like imagine if you're in therapy and you're trying to get over whatever trauma you're trying to get over, whatever hurt or rage or anger, or whatever your problem is. Psychoplasmics allows you to get rid of that by externalizing it on your body, like in the form of cancerous boils or whatever that can be lanced. I mean, it is disgusting. Now, I don't want to ruin it. Criterion put The Brood out on disc. If you haven't seen The Brood, that's kind of the setup. And then Rabid is about Marilyn Chambers, the famous porn star who was in Behind the Green Door. She plays a woman who's in a motorcycle accident. And she goes to a plastic surgery clinic and they fix her up. And as a result of the surgery, she has this like parasitic stinger that comes out from under her arm. And she is compelled to sting people and drink their blood. And the people, her victims, then turn rabid, like frothing at the mouth and attacking people in the city streets. I mean, this shit is dope. So, I mean, and then, of course, Cronenberg went on to do an adaptation of Stephen King's The Dead Zone. He had his greatest commercial success in 1986, the summer of 86, with The Fly, with Jeff Goldblum and Gina Davis. And then he went on to make, I think, his masterpiece. Of course, he made Videodrome, the famous Videodrome. He made Dead Ringers, which I think is his best movie. And then he started to move away from what I would call his body horror movies, and he made things like Eastern Promises and The History of Violence. His last movie he made was Map to the Stars. And I forgive him all. I forgive David Cronenberg for appearing in Star Trek Discovery. He's always going to get a pass from me. It's probably the best thing in the show, but he is in Star Trek Discovery. He's been an actor. He was in Clive Barker's Nightbreed. He was in John Landis's Into the Night. He was in a great, I think it was called, there's a great Canadian End of the World movie that was directed by Don McKellar. I forget what it's called, like Last Night or something. Although I don't think that's, maybe it is Last Night. And he's like a telephone operator who wants to, or a power company a person that's calling all the customers, like going, thank you for being a customer before the world ends. But I'm just a huge fan of David Cronenberg. He's an auteur who I will go see anything that he makes, whether I love it or not. Like he made an adaptation of M. Butterfly, which I think is good but not great. In 1996, of course, his very, very controversial movie Crash came out, which is an adaptation of J.G. Ballard's novel Crash. Interestingly enough, Ballard wrote a book called High Rise that Ben Wheatley adapted with Loki, Tom Hiddleston. That's very similar in a way to They Came From Within. So if you haven't seen High Rise, I think it's airing on HBO Max now. You got to check out High Rise. As a matter of fact, if you can, go watch a Shivers High Rise double feature. Tell them when they're over, say Uncle Bob told me to watch this. But anyway, so when I got to USC in 1988, I did not know that there was a cinema library yet. The first place that I went to when I was on campus was the Norris, that was the theater, the Doheny Library, which is this grand, it's exactly what I wanted a college library to be. The first college I was at was the Evergreen State College, and it had a pretty cool library, but not like the Doheny Library. And I found in the Doheny Library a bunch of screenplays. You could check out screenplays. And I found David Cronenberg's version of Total Recall. No shit. Paul Verhoeven's Total Recall. He was going to do a version of Total Recall earlier, and he wanted like Richard, if memory serves, I think it was Richard Dreyfuss, who he wanted to star in it because he didn't want you couldn't have known that the main character was ever a secret agent. The whole point was that you wouldn't know. I mean, the funny thing about Total Recall, the movie, as much as I like Verhoeven's version, it's a lot of fun. When Arnold Schwarzenegger is revealed as being a secret agent, it's like, well, of course he is. Why wouldn't he be? So, but anyway, this has been a very long preamble leading up to when I was a script reader in the mid-90s. I want to say when I was working, I was either working at CAA or somebody gave it to me later. I don't remember the circumstances how I acquired this script. But I got a copy of David Cronenberg's Crimes of the Future. He wrote this pre-Existence, and Existence was the last wholly original script Cronenberg had written. And I consider Existence kind of the end of his body horror period. But Cronenberg has always been fascinated. I think the reason I'm so fascinated by him is because in his mind, the body horror genre is that we are beings of intellect and spirit and rationality. And yet we're in these meat sacks that are betraying us from the time we're born because they're getting older and they're going to eventually die. But also during our journey through life, these bodies, not only do they crave things, whether it's excitement, whether it's sex, whether it's food, all these things that our bodies need, and at any one time they can revolt against us, whether it's through diseases, whether it's through decrepitude, take your pick. Whatever we are as beings will be betrayed at some point, of ultimately through death, through old age, by our bodies. And yet Cronenberg was obsessed with his body horror, what's happening with our bodies and how they always affect our minds as people. And I found that particular notion fascinating. And I think the greatest example of it, The Fly, what happened, what happened was extreme, but it was horrifying at the same time. And I think that was the ultimate example of what all of that, what is for the masses, for the mainstream. The Fly is probably the most mainstream horror film Cronenberg ever made. Well, anyway, so Crimes of the Future, he'd made 2 basically long-form student films. He'd made Stereo, and he'd made another movie called Crimes of the Future. And they're very interesting. You can find them. They're on various releases of Cronenberg's movies. Criterion put it out on the Dead Ringers Laserdisc back in the day. You could watch those movies. But so Crimes of the Future had no bearing on his original movie. So I read this script back in the late 90s, and I met Cronenberg. I thought I met him it was a screening of Crash, and talked to him about Crimes of the Future, and he was very upset that I had read with me. He was upset that I had read this script. I'm like, dude, this script, Crimes of the Future, is the culmination of all of your body horror movies. Take They Came From Within, take Rabid, take The Brood, take Videodrome, take Scanners, take The Fly, take Crash. All of those things are the existence reach their zenith in this script, Crimes of the Future. Now, I've wanted to see this movie for 25 years. Or whenever I read it. I think it was 25 years ago. Last year, I could not believe it was announced that David Cronenberg was making Crimes of the motherfucking Future. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, and he was shooting it in Greece. And I was like, wow, because this script is absolutely bananas. Now I want to read you guys an article. This article is from IndieWire, and I missed this. I don't know how I missed this. It's from December 21st of 2021. Kristen Stewart and David Cronenberg. This is by Ryan Latanzio. Kristen Stewart and David Cronenberg tease Crimes of the Future set in a world with no pain. David Cronenberg has not wanted for work these last few years, with recurring roles in TV Star Trek Discovery, Slasher, and Alias Grace, and a few short films in the can. But he hasn't directed a feature since 2014's Map to the Stars won Julianne Moore for Best Actress the prize at Cannes. He's finally back behind the camera for Crimes of the Future, a speculative science fiction film with a stacked cast, including Kristen Stewart, Viggo Mortensen, Léa Seydoux, Scott Speedman, Welket Bungu, Don McKellar, and Lehigh Kronowski. The film shot in Greece earlier this year. As revealed in a new interview with Document via the film stage, Cronenberg is recently in the edit on Crimes of the Future and working closely with Kristen Stewart, whom he crossed interviews for the piece. On the post-production, if all goes well, this should show up at Cannes next year, meaning Cannes in May next month. Quote, he says, I wrote the script 20 years ago, so it was almost like a script that somebody else wrote, except for some of the roles that I cast in Athens with Greek actors. I had never heard any of the dialogue spoken before. So to hear Kristen start to speak the lines of this character, it was a shock. I was like, oh my God, this is a living creature, out of control, in the sense that it has its life, and it's coming to life right in front of me. He continued, I've been spending time with Kristen every day, but in the editing room. It's a weirdly intimate relationship because you become so sensitized as a director to every hesitation, every body movement, every vocal inflection. So you have this strange relationship with an actor who doesn't know that you're doing that. Meanwhile, in an earlier interview with Screen Daily, hot on the awards trail for her role as Princess Diana in Spencer, Stewart offered more insight into the particulars of the movie, and it sounds like the stuff of classic Cronenberg. It's set in a world where people have evolved to a point where we don't feel physical pain, Stewart said. Sex has changed quite a bit, and the new art form is growing organs. Viggo Mortensen is a famous performance artist. Léa Seydoux is his partner who tattoos these organs and displays them. My character becomes enamored with Viggo's artist. Here, Neon, who's releasing the movie here in the States, here's Neon's synopsis of Crimes of the Future. Taking a deep dive into the not-so-distant future where humankind is learning to adapt to its synthetic surroundings. This evolution moves humans beyond their natural state and into a metamorphosis, altering their biological makeup. While some embrace the limitless potential of transhumanism, others attempt to police it. Either way, accelerated evolution syndrome is spreading fast. Saul Tenzer is a beloved performance artist who has embraced accelerated evolution syndrome, sprouting new and unexpected organs in his body. Along
Where's Eric? Eric! All right, so we're back. Definitely check out the thing. That's for the live people, by the way. The episode will be on our page. We got more stuff for you all. Let's see. Waiting for Eric to come back. Should I do the Rose Dawson thing? Come back! Come back! Blow a whistle. All right, so I guess we're just gonna sit here and just stare at each other, huh? No. Let's see. We're gonna be talking about this real quick. I gotta pull up the match list for it into our wrestling thing, of course. The Forbidden Door is open once more at AEW. Where the? Hold on 1 minute. All right. Do this little message real quick. So, Forbidden Door, yes, I gotta pull up the match list. Let's see. I think that pay-per-view is next Sunday to start May. Let's see. All righty. It's a good video. I didn't play it all the way through because I don't know if we can actually play it all the way through.
Well, maybe he'll notice us now.
Yeah, notice us, Rob. Notice us.
Notice us, senpai.
do it like Onyx and Fortuitous. Notice me, senpai. Notice me.
Notice me.
He's very, very good on a lot of that stuff. Just because he brought up the Brood and Videodrome, I put the Criterion copies in my wish list on Amazon. I'm like, oh, it's on Criterion? Oh, that's nice. All right, so Forbidden Door of AEW. It's open. NJPW versus AEW. What do we know?
It will be a wrestling dream pay-per-view.
See, I'm trying to find the actual like wrestling list.
It's gonna be good. You got Adam Cole versus I really don't know the names in New Japan Wrestling. Some of it's hard to say, so I don't want to botch their names and all that because they deserve the respect as any other legend here in America.
Let's see. I'm looking for the list now. See, I'm that much of a weeb. I know how to do the names.
Yeah, because you probably watch anime and hentai.
Hentai, really?
If you think about it, it is another category of anime.
It is. What the fuck just happened here? I'm looking for the thing and went, oh no, their website's crashing. What the fuck?
Yeah, because everybody's ordering tickets.
Let's see. I'm trying to find the actual
It's going to be
thing.
here in Chicago, bro.
Is that next Sunday?
I believe
Oh,
so.
no, June 26th.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I know Hook. Well, no, is Hook and Danhausen happening at the thing?
No, I think it's happening on Dark.
Okay. Is it on Dark or is it going to be on whatever pay-per-view they have coming up?
Probably a Dark on a pay-per-view.
Let's see. Where is it? The Forbidden Door. They have what the fuck? And I know exactly where they're going to be doing it at. It's like right by the whatchamacallit.
It's the United Center, bro.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. I thought it was going to be at the other one because they were at the other one last time.
No, this is a big event, so they need a big stadium for it.
Let's see. I can't find a thing. I know Danhausen versus Hook is probably going to be
Hook
Something
finally talked.
Finally.
He has a voice.
I love the fact that they finally said, okay, let's have Danhausen versus Hook, because Danhausen got cleared, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's see. They don't have the list yet. It's because it's so far away. All right, so there's no list yet, but it's on Sunday, June 26th, here in the great city of Chicago. Yes, at the United Center.
Yeah, let's go with great.
The great. But yeah, so the Forbidden Door, that's NJPW versus AEW. Yeesh. Next is gonna be Impact versus AEW.
I wouldn't be surprised, or ROH.
Yeah, well, ROH is owned by AEW, so it really can't be them.
Well, they could do like an invasion kind of thing.
Well, yeah. I saw that Samoa Joe won the championship, then got knocked the hell out by Jay Lethal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's basically it for now. I know for a fact we're going to see Samoa Joe going against someone. I know it. I can feel it in my bones.
I can just hear the chants now. Joe, 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 Joe.
Joe's gonna kill you.
Joe's gonna kill you. Oh, Wendy.
Oh, Wendy. God, I love that whole angle. Best thing in WWE
Looks
ever.
like Daddy's not coming home tonight.
He went night. Like he said night for real.
Don't worry. I'll be your new daddy.
Oh, let's get to gaming. All right. This was, I think, last week or the week before last. Cyberpunk 2077's expansion, which was supposed to come out this year. It's coming out next year. I knew that was happening. The DLC, though, is coming out, I do believe, July. Don't know. It better be free. I'm not about to pay for it again.
You're definitely going to have to pay for it again.
So that's basically that. I'm hoping the expansion is actually what I wanted, at least. I know I'm keeping an open mind, of course, because, whenever someone wants something and it's not what they wanted, they end up being assholes about it. We've seen it time and time again.
Watch, you're going to get what you want. You're going to be like, you're breathtaking. And they're going to be like, you're breathtaking.
Oh, man. Okay, so September, let's see. The next thing was September 2021. They had a bunch of leaks. Let's see. I have the list. Now, this leak list is real because a lot of the stuff that was in this list, we've seen already. We've seen Kingdom Hearts 4. We looked at Kingdom Hearts 4. That was on the list. There's so many stuff that was on the list that we saw. And so that tells me something. This summer, we're probably going to get a first look at, let's see if I can find it. Yes, we're going to get a first look at Gear 6, Titanfall 3, BioShock Isolation, and much more. They already announced Tomb Raider. That was on the list as well.
Now, how much you want to bet Batista's going to be in Gear 6?
I wouldn't be surprised. They did do that thing where you can actually choose for him to be in the campaign mode in number 5.
Right.
Yeah, so he was actually fine with it. He was actually fine in that. It was funny as hell hearing him say the line that I love. Dude talking shit. He goes, "It's Foz, right?" He goes, "Yes, sir." "Shut the fuck up, Foz."
That would be me. That would just be me.
He deserved it too. If you ever watch the actual gameplay, Foz in 5 was such a dick. He was so just wrong for all the stuff. He just exposing JD Phoenix over all this stuff, and everyone's like, "Oh, we don't mess with him anymore because he's the one that did the orders." And
would you say he was stupid like our fine president?
No.
Okay.
No. The way Foz was he basically let a lot of shit out because in the story, JD had left the cog in 4, where because of what had happened, he had basically did this order on these people that were rioting to shoot them all.
Right.
And he said it was an order. They were throwing Molotovs. I didn't know what to do. That was in number 5. And the whole thing is, it was him basically paying penance in 5 because Foz brought it up. And Foz was a dick until I think the last part because he hung out with them the whole time during this thing. It was an amazing thing that they did. But he finally said, I actually like this team. And he was a cool character too, because basically in the COG, even if you're like injured, you're still a soldier. Dude has an artificial leg and it moves normally. That's how advanced they are. But he says the most douchey thing in front of Marcus from 1, 2, 3 and all that. And that's when Marcus says the thing he says. I was laughing so hard when I first played that part. I like the new Gears trilogy, honestly. I can't wait for Gears 6. But
I wasn't like a big fan of Gears, but I do like their cinematic work.
Oh yeah. And the thing that made me a fan of this was this big monster right there. Fucking the Warden. That thing, they had no way to do it. They said, oh wait, we have no berserkers for this whole thing. Everyone forgot about the berserkers. Let's put the Warden in. And it's basically there's only one spot to shoot at that's soft, and that's the head. And that fucker wears a helmet. He's just walking around smashing people with these damn maces.
So you gotta aim for the crevice in the helmet.
You gotta aim for the helmet, like bounce the helmet off, and then hit him in the head.
Okay.
And it takes a whole clip to take the head off.
If I ever made a game, it would be the most complicated game. You would want to sue me for how complicated it is.
I could see you working for From Software for that. This is the Souls game of Souls games.
Instead of hitting the helmet and losing health, you got to hit where the eyes are.
But the other one I'm looking forward to, because I'm a big BioShock fan. BioShock, I've heard, like, they already said it, BioShock Isolation. I don't know anything about it. They already patented the name, I guess. And that's amazing in itself. Isolation. I don't know what that.
Well, the story of that girl in part 3, like, they need to continue that story because it got me confused at the end.
Yeah, it was very confusing, especially with was it Burial at Sea? I guess that was another like story in itself where they said, okay, let's go back to Rapture before Rapture got nuts. But I don't know about Isolation. I wonder what it's about. I can't wait to see it. It's this is all stuff that'll probably be coming out.
I know. I know for a fact it's gonna have to do with something with like the company of like Big Brother or whatever, or however it is. It's gonna be an abandoned thing, and you're probably gonna have to find an abandoned Big Brother and try to reconnect them somehow.
Yeah. I know for a fact. I think they were still doing System Shock too as a remaster. I'm not sure though. That was another one that was from the original group that did BioShock before. They were supposed to do 3, but then it just turned into BioShock for id Software and 2K. Not id Software, 2K.
Yeah.
And
it's pretty much the same thing.
Oh yeah. And System Shock I saw the remaster, and they basically did what I would love for a lot of people to do, which is the ground up stuff. Remaster from the ground up where it looks great. And it looked good. I'm hoping that's another thing that gets shown, but that's basically it. This made me happy because I get to finally play a No More Heroes game. No More Heroes 3, which was Switch exclusive, is no longer exclusive to the Switch.
Good.
Oh, thank God. And that also goes for House of the Dead remake.
Good.
Finally. And I got to see the playthrough of it. It is gorier than the original.
Ooh.
It looks so good, and I can't wait to play it. I'm not sure which I get it for. PS4 or Xbox. Comes out this week, too.
I would say PS4 because you can always update the PS4.
True. Let's see what else on this side. Sega is rebooting Crazy Taxi and Jet Set Radio.
Cool.
But there's a catch to this. Hold on. I heard someone say,
and I hate to like throw us off a track, but like for remaster games, they need to remaster Medal of Honor games.
Yes, I actually agree with that. Let's see. I'm trying to find it. Let's see. Where's it at? I saw it. There was a catch to this. They're trying to make it kind of like Fortnite.
Oh no.
Oh no. That's how I was. I looked. I just went. Just give me the remasters, assholes.
Like, stop trying to make games for kids who like to lick the screens of their iPads.
That's the guy from Fortnite. Let's see. I'm trying to find here a big budget headset radio game. Let's see. This is from Kotaku. I'm gonna read it. Okay, Sega developing new big budget jet set radio and crazy taxi games. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Bloomberg is now reporting that the first two of those big budget jet set radio and crazy taxi reboots. All right, so they're basically coming out with all their old stuff, but better. Let's see. Okay, nothing but the Bloomberg report. Oh no, an ad. Damn it.
Yes.
Oh no, it's a picture. Never mind.
That's America.
They need it too, though. Taku. Bloomberg report states that Sega is looking at the Fortnite business model for both titles, aiming to develop recurring revenue sources and build online communities. Okay, I can see that.
Like, they're gonna like copy like the character, not like the characters, but like the images of the characters and the movement of the characters, but like change them in their own ways for online gaming.
Different skins, different types of spray paints, all that kind of stuff. Okay, I can see that. Different skins, different types of taxis for crazy taxi. That's shit. That's actually pretty good because they could do so much with it. Jet Set Radio with the main character from Vanquish. That'd be great. Crazy Taxi with Bayonetta. That'd be funnier than shit.
Crazy Taxi with Roger the Rabbit.
And it's the actual taxi from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
That'd be great. That's actually a better character. That's a better model than what actual Fortnite would be.
Yeah.
I can see that because I see that was one thing about Fortnite that was appealing, kind of having Kratos as a skin, Moon Knight as a skin right now, having Master Chief as a skin. Just remember, for the kids listening, some of those characters are from other things.
Yeah.
Master Chief is from Halo.
I remember I remember they had characters from Fast and Furious, I believe.
Did they?
I don't know.
I know that.
I know they did like characters from like serious movies, like adult movies, not like triple X movies. I'm talking about like Terminator, or
Yeah, they did. They did have Terminator. That was one thing. Gears did also. They had Rev 9 and Grace from Terminator Dark Fate. Let's see what else. That's basically it for that. That's actually a good not character model, a good business model for those type of games. Because what else can you do with them?
Yeah, they're just pretty much going to waste at that cursed game called Fortnite.
Yeah, just bite that business model. That's fine by me. That means you can do so much.
And I'm pretty sure the people who made Fortnite wouldn't mind, like, oh, more money. Okay, yeah, sure.
Well, yeah, it's their business model. I would definitely patent that business model. That's how money grubby I am. Just to make that money. But I could definitely see that from Jet Set Radio.
Mm-hmm.
Have the same story from it, and then have different characters from different games and different movies fighting in that storyline.
Does this mean we're gonna have more Sonic games?
Of course, that's coming. I just saw Sonic Pinball and Sonic Generations 2 or something like that.
I gotta go tell Amy.
Oh my goodness.
I remember Sonic Pinball though. That was my shit back in the day.
Yeah, they remade it. It looks like I just saw that when I was looking for the thing about Crazy Taxi. All right, so this one actually kind of irked me, but I understood the person talking about it. Sony reportedly plans to put ads in their games.
You're joking, right?
This was reported by The Verge, but I don't. It's also from the Insider.
Yeah.
Here, let's see. Sony is Microsoft is probably going to jump on this too. Sony is reportedly working to bring advertisements to free to play. Oh, free to play. Oh, fuck out of here. Then that's fine.
Oh yeah, I thought it was gonna be like actual games. I'm like, what the fuck? That makes no sense.
Yeah, what the hell? Free to play. Oh, that makes sense to make money for those games. All right.
Right.
The ads will appear in games and are meant to give game developers a way to monetize their work and encourage them to continue building free to play games. Oh, they got to make their money somehow. Okay, that's fine. I'm about to have a rage
You had
moment.
me worried there.
Yeah, I was worried too. I'm like, what the? What ads? No,
This is anarchy.
ads in my God of War. Fuck you.
Boy, where's my axe?
Ads in Halo Infinite. I'll kill you. Oh, that was. That had me for a minute because the way this one guy on TikTok had said, because there's a lot of people that report a lot of the game stuff that I pull up on here. He said, we ain't got no one to blame but the casual gamers for this. And I'm thinking to myself, now reading that, we don't have to blame them that much now. Oh boy. Almost had us in the first half, didn't they?
Dude, you had my heart racing, bro. I was about to punch the wall.
How you think I felt? I'm like, I don't want ads in my fucking games.
Right? I don't want ads in Kingdom Hearts 4.
You like Donald and Goofy? Here's the Disney Playhouse.
Fuck you, Mickey.
Chaos in Kingdom Hearts. Play Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin.
Like seeing Cloud, here's a new Final Fantasy game.
You know where this Moogle's from? Wrong answer. Final Fantasy 15. Available now for $20.
Like playing Rocket League? Watch Fast and Furious 10 coming in theaters near you.
Oh, God. You know, they probably would do that for Rocket League.
They would. They already got the cars in there.
Here's your racer, Dom Toretto. Family.
Speaking of family, come see us at TJ Maxx, where we have the best sales ever.
Oh my God. Oh, that's funnier than shit. Oh my goodness. Let me see. What else do we got?
My job better thank me. I just plugged my own job. So
yeah, you plug a
give me my raise.
You plugged a multi-million-dollar company. What the hell? What am I talking? I'm going to have a plug in here later. What the hell? All right. Well, you know, I would do a retrospective of Halo as well, because I played all 4 games, but Crisis. I played through Crisis last week, basically. Boy, oh boy. That thing tried to be the Halo killer, I swear.
They did. They came close, too.
They were so close. And we of course we got Crisis 4 coming out. We saw the little ass tech demo trailer that they did. But I gotta say, it was good. It was good playing all 3 games. I never got to play the first one because it was PC only. And I don't do PC games like that.
You're not a true gamer. Who the hell are you? Where's City?
But Crisis, the thing about Crisis that really got me, it really trust the player a little too much, because I was lost between 1 and 2. I'm like, where's Nomad? Why am I playing as this guy named Alcatraz? Why is Prophet here? And it was good, though. The whole thing about the Ceph was cool. It was very, very, very amazing experience, and you could definitely tell there's a lot of care in those games. Mm-hmm. And that Cry engine, man, it should have been the thing for the Xbox One, because you know Crytek did Rise, Shadow of Rome, Shadow of Rome, or Rise, Son of Rome. My God, dang, that was one of the first games I had for what the fuck. But I actually liked it. It was very, very good. I can't wait for 4. I don't know how they're gonna do 4 because of
Rise of Rome. You're talking about that game that came on Xbox One, the first one?
Yeah.
That was a good ass game. It reminded me of Gladiator.
Yeah, it was very good, and that was by Crytek, who did Crisis. And I love that the Crisis series it's very good. It got a little upsetting at times. I got my ass beat so many times. But yeah, it's definitely
it was like God of War and like
Halo,
Bloodborne mixed.
Oh, you're talking about Rise?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking of a Crisis still, because Crisis,
Oh,
yeah, because they had remastered all 3 of them, and they had promoted number 3 as, oh, you're gonna be using a bow and arrow most of the time. I was using guns left and right. They could make the stealth thing in there a little better. The whole thing with the nano suits was amazing, and the fact that at the end of 3, after Prophet does the most Master Chief thing ever with this damn orbital satellite cannon, he still survives.
Of course, you can't kill the hero.
Yeah, and the thing about the nano suit basically absorbed into his body, so now he is the nano suit even more.
He is now Nano Man.
Exactly. It's how it looked. But it was very cool, and it was weird seeing the jump as well. And basically, number 2, Prophet ends up possessing Alcatraz because Alcatraz died getting to New York, basically.
He was just like, New York! Ah!
It was it's such a cool ass game. I loved everything about it. I definitely it is probably each one was that was them just playing around with everything. That gets a B from me. 2, that was the best one out of all of them. 10 out of 10, because it really felt like a better Battle Los Angeles game, even though it was New York. And 3 was just to finish things off. 9 out of 10.
Yeah,
it's definitely an amazing series. I'm shocked that a lot more people don't know that the remaster is out.
Because there weren't that many fans of it to begin with, because it was fighting against Halo fans.
Yeah, and the first one was PC only, and then Crisis 2 came out on PS3 and Xbox, and people were like, what is this? Is this a clone? A Halo clone? And it's actually it's different from Halo, because it's the first one is set, I think, 2015. Second one, 2022. And boy, did that really feel appropriate. Boy, oh boy. Woo. Wow. I was in shock. I'm like, wow, a pandemic during that time. Oh my.
Like they knew.
And number 3, it's like it jumped 20 more years.
So that's
like,
probably going to be us in 20 more years.
Yeah, a whole company taking over cities just to keep squid people away from us.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I wouldn't put it past them. Crisis is the blueprint. Yeah, so it was good. It's overall, it's probably a good 9 out of 10 game. Can't wait for 4. 4 is going to look great on the PS5 and the Series X.
Just wait until they start making the movies.
Oh boy. And they'll still, and people will still hate it. I looked at Halo the series, and I'm thinking, okay, some of this is bullshit. Other things are epic about it. It's an okay show. Everyone else, this is shit. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
No, go in the other room and do whatever you need to do. But not in public, bro. Not in public.
Halo. Put the rage boner away. Okay. I think that's the title of this.
Master Chief.
All right, I think we're almost at the thing. We already did the Markiplier thing. Okay, so I have been watching a lot of G4 play. There we go. And dude, it gets innocuous at times, or monotonous. I'll say that. It gets monotonous at times because it's only like 4 shows on their channel. God, it's so sad. And this is my bone to pick with them, because we both went to bat for them when it came to that gamer grievances, whatever. Airing of gamer grievances. Damn, I'm tired. But G4 needs to get back to its former self. I mean, X plays great. They have a whole backlog of games they got to review. Attack of the Show is just fucking out there. More so now because they have no limits. And it's they've had several WWE stars on there. I think Xavier's on there most of the time.
Of course, because he has his own gaming channel.
Yeah. Liv, I think Liv Morgan was on there. Dakota Kai was on there. And so was Ricochet. All three of them showed up for one of the things. I think they were promoting WrestleMania at that time.
Now there will be more promoting WWE 2K22.
Probably.
And which I may say, like, it's all good except for the online playing.
I've seen them. I've seen it all. Some of that shit is so wild on there.
Oh my god, bro. They need to fix their online gaming situation. I'm tired of like fighting in the middle of a match and like, oh, your opponent lost connection.
Oh, that's sad. Well, my thing with G4 is this. Because and this comes back to something that Kevin Pereira from Attack of the Show said to one of the other guys on there, that they don't, they wanted, the guy loved Icons, which is one of the shows that was on G4 before, and that was basically a nice spotlight thing for a lot of the developers, Shigeru Miyamoto, the guys that made Xbox, all that stuff. And Kevin goes, oh yeah, we have no money for that. So I was thinking to myself, wait. You do realize Patreon and Kickstarter exist, right?
Yeah, there's this thing called Patreon. Or
yeah.
Hell, if you really get desperate, OnlyFans.
and my thing was this. I'm thinking Icons could be hosted by Cecil Trachtenberg, Good Bad Flicks. That should be a thing. That honestly should be a thing. Could do each patron episode comes out before it actually airs, and it's different things, because he's great on when it comes to like exploring movies and all that. He was doing a great thing with Good Bad Games, and he would be good for that. Bring back Blister, and I'm gonna toot my own horn, damn it. Put us on Blister. We will showcase some good ass games.
Yes.
Blister was the shit,
but only if the pay is good.
Yeah. And Judgment Day, they could bring back Judgment Day, but X-Play's there for Judgment Day because that's basically what that is. X-Play and Judgment Day are basically the same thing when it comes to reviewing stuff. But yeah, there's so much they can do. Cinematech in itself, a lot of people do that already. It's all it is, just the cutscene stuff. It's trailers for different games, how much the technology has gone. And you can actually just hire someone that actually does those compilations.
Yeah.
And they're Cinematech. That's it. And that's what my thing is. Like, they could actually bring a lot of these shows back.
I know.
Through Patreon. That's my thing about it.
Hell, even get like the Jackass series on there if you want. Like around noonish, you could put it on there.
Try to redo what Dunn and Jessica were trying to do. What was that show?
Yes. Oh,
try to redo that show. Different duo right there.
I don't know. Like, I don't think it would ever be the same because what Dunn did in that show was just hilarious. He was himself, you know?
Yeah. That first episode, though, especially after he died, I was just thinking, wow, Death just said, hey, you're dying this way. Like, wow. That the Mario Kart one was like, oh, yeah, let's use this type of nitrous, and the whole thing exploded.
Mm-hmm.
And then he actually died that way, basically, not with nitrous, but still. Oof, that was fucking just strange as hell. But they could do so much with G4. It's like they're just sticking with Attack and X-Play. And I don't mind that. It's just there's more you can do.
I know, and like people are gonna get bored of that. And like you need new stuff. And like not to diss them or anything, because they're still somewhat new, you know.
Yeah, they're back at it. And I would love for it to work at G4, especially since it's back now. Like, Blister would be perfect for us because we could actually promote a lot of different games. And again, pay got to be good. Could be working with Cecil when it comes to icons, bring our little 2 cents into it, and
Mhm.
we could actually adding more to it. That would be great.
Sure, you might have to censor us a lot, but
Yeah.
it's worth the penny.
Yeah. They could actually. I think that's one thing about Attack that I do like. They actually do a podcast segment,
Mhm.
because that's what they used to do with G4TV.com, which was basically a podcast segment
Yeah.
for their message board. That's very good of them to do, and it's again, those are ideas. That's my bone to pick with them. Bring back Blister, bring back icons. Hire someone that does.
I was ready to get all my guns out. Like I was at a shootout. Like, oh, you got a bone to pick? I'm right there with you, partner. Just tell me when.
My thing is, hey, bring back some of these shows. Like Patreon exists. You can actually do a lot of crowdfunded shows,
and like your fans can like connect you to you better that way. And plus, fan art's always fun to get.
Yeah, and that's the greatest thing about it. There's so much that can be done. But yeah, that's my bone to pick with G4. I would definitely love to do Blister, even though I'd probably freeze up a little at the first episode.
I know, I'm gonna have to like be right there by you just to slap across the face, be like, "Hey, we're doing a show. Let's go."
Get up, wake up! Be like early days Bubba Ray Dudley, and then this game.
Don't make me go beat your ass like Bam Margera with his beat of Phil. Just like
just not in the face like in high school.
Oh my, hey, I was just acting. I got overreacted. I'm sorry your face got hit by my fist.
I turned the wrong way.
I know.
I'm like, oh shit.
I felt bad for a whole fucking month. So don't guilt trip me on that.
Hey, it wasn't that bad though, because the next day I'm just like, oh, it's a little sore. That's okay.
I was waiting for your like mom and dad to come over to my house and whoop my ass or something. I was like,
oh, and I made sure like, no, it was an accident. It was an accident. We were fucking around. All right, so we're at the end of the show. Man, we gotta start doing more music stuff early on, but boy, it's Jesus, 2.5 hours. We did pretty good.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a fun one. Review time for music. It was a good 2 weeks of music. I got Masterpiece on my iPod. That song is so fucking good.
Right?
Motionless in White song, Masterpiece. Very, very good song from the new album coming out this June. And this song, Chris knows how to do one of those songs where it's just like, where basically the person that he's talking about is dealing with a lot of stuff.
Yes.
He knows how to do those songs very well. Another Life is another good one. This is up there with it. This is like a sequel to Another Life, basically.
Bro, I told you this before. This guy is like the new Marilyn Manson.
Yeah, but better.
Yeah. Without the situations.
Yeah, without these situations, he's better. And he's more down to earth, too, if you look at the interviews. He's super down to earth. He's not like, this is the thing. And he's just like, oh, yeah, I just made that song. It was a wild time. Oh, man, it's such a good song. The whole music video about it is so very good. It's sad, too. Just like those paintings were supposed to, I guess, be like memories.
Yes.
Just burning the memories away. That was some artistic.
Right. Sometimes you got to burn bridges to build new ones.
Yeah, I say this, Picasso.
It's Vanita.
Yeah, it's a very good song. I recommend it, and I know everyone probably heard it. Hopefully, you haven't, and so you can hear it finally for the first time. I'm definitely gonna play it when my nieces come through, because I'm turning everyone into metalheads ever so subtly.
You're welcome.
Let's see what else. Worst on His Way by Korn. That's one I definitely say 8 out of 10.
It reminds me of the old Korn.
Yeah, it's definitely definitely a callback to how they used to play. And it's very good. It's very shocking. Jonathan Davis really came back hard as hell. Like he had got COVID twice during tour,
Yeah.
and he came back with this song.
He was like,
and
"Fuck
it's-
COVID, I'm rocking out."
Exactly. He basically said that, like, I ain't letting this shit get to me. I'm singing this song. This is some old school stuff right here. We're bringing it back. And it's very good. It's very, very good. I loved the imagery in the video, them being just wiped out and then coming back. And it was like they were being 3D printed.
Yeah.
That's how it was. It was very, very good.
It really
Let's see. Our last one before we look at a lineup. Bad Life by Sigrid and Bring Me the Horizon.
Mhm.
That was a very hopeful song.
Bro, I teared up.
Yeah, it was very good. The only song I know from Sigrid is from 2017. She did a very good version of Leonard Cohen's song Everybody Knows.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, she's really coming into her own because she got like 10 music videos.
Mm-hmm.
This is her first time doing anything with Bring Me the Horizon.
Somebody
Mainly
big.
Yeah, mainly Oliver Rogan. I think he's a fan of her as well. That's why he said, "Oh hell yeah, I'll do it."
Right.
So it was a very good music video, very good message. Like, yeah, you know what? A lot of the stuff you're feeling right now, it's just a bad day. Because the rest of your life is gonna be good. You're gonna have bad days, but it's not a bad life. That's basically what the song is about.
Just thinking of the song is making me tear up. Like it's that much of a beautiful and meaning song to me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very hopeful song. And it starts out very sad, but you're like, oh wait, it's good.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's very, very good. And I give that one a 10 out of 10. So 10, 8, 10.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking at Hellfest. I'm gonna look up the lineup right now. Jesus Christ, it's like a little town.
Yeah.
Where's the lineup at?
We're not gonna name all the bands, are we?
350 artists, 6 scenes, a whole ass week. Oh damn, Travis Scott is playing. Hold on.
It definitely is a Hellfest.
I'll send myself to the thing after the Travis Scott joke. Damn it. I said, oh. Okay, let's just look at this. Let's put it this way. Every band that you ever listened to is here. Almost. Metallica, Volbeat. I saw Korn, Gojira, Ghost, Megadeth, Deftones, the Dropkick Murphys.
Mm-hmm.
9 Inch Nails, Ministry, Whitesnake, Scorpions, Guns N' Roses, Airborne, Black Label Society, Avatar, Sabaton, Bring Me the Horizon, Nightwish, Epica, everyone. As Gary Oldman would say, everyone!
Forever.
I had to how dare myself because I said Travis Scott.
Like, how dare you?
I'll do it again.
That's like having a Hitler tattoo.
You know what that's from, though? The how dare you thing, right?
Yes.
I had to look up the Mel Gibson tapes just for that piece. Oh, man. We did it. But yeah, that looks like a lineup. That is a hell of a lineup. And it's in, where's this at? I'll look it up.
California, probably.
No, it's France.
Fuck.
Yeah.
They hate us.
France and Germany be rocking it. I saw Wacken Open Air was going to happen with Oomph. Every band I listened to in college was going to be at Wacken Open Air in 2015.
Since you had that Sibby fro.
Yeah.
And that's
like
they were going to time ago.
They were going to be there. And the chick I went on a date with, I told her, because she was German, and I asked her about Oomph and a Wacken Open Air. She goes, oh, it's a crazy time. And And I said, I will legit act as a stowaway and be an illegal immigrant for a week just to see this thing. That's how I was. I don't give a shit. I have a passport.
Bro, it ain't worth the time. It ain't worth the time, my brother.
Everyone that year, it was 2015. Everyone that year was like Combi Christ, Oomph, Mushroom Head. Everyone was playing. And I'm thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm fucking going. And that's how I was. I'm like, that's every band I listen to. But it looked like Combi Christ is playing this, but this is in France, I do believe. Where the frick is? Let's see.
Probably
They don't have a
France, I should say.
Let's see. Da-da-da. It's a French music festival. Where's it at though? Clisson, France.
Oh yeah, where they make croissants.
I say Chris. No, Clisson, not croissant. Croissant. Jimmy's mom. All right, I think this is it. Yeah. Oh my, I'm gonna have a fun time editing this up.
That's
a big ass bar.
Somebody to edit our videos.
No, not the video, the actual audio.
Or audio.
All right, this has been the S-Tier podcast. If you like what you listened to,
you better.
All of our hijinks. Oh, I just got a message from my dad. He says, "Sharknado, dummies." Oh my goodness.
Where are you on here? Where are you on here? Where you at? Where you at?
He texted it to me.
At least the public doesn't have to see it now.
Oh my god. And I think he was watching. Oh no, someone else was watching. All right. This has been the S-Tier podcast. If you like what you listen to, this will be available in audio form Wednesday during the last week of April. Wednesday, hump day. It'll be available audio-wise. It'll be available on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, anywhere you listen to podcasts. Like what you listen to. You like our ugly mugs. Follow us on S-Tier Podcast at Facebook.com/S-TierPodcast, Twitter at S-TierPodcast1, Instagram at S_TierPodcast, and YouTube to watch the replay. Damn. And also follow on Facebook for any other news that we don't cover on here. We do cover some other stuff on here on our pages, and we do post some goofy ass memes. But yes, this has been the S-Tier podcast. We will see you all next Sunday. Stay S-Tier.
Bye.